I'm going to either win 388 games or I'm going to win 389. Neither one of them throw me over the hump or nothing. Unless something happened to Joe today. Anything happened to Joe today?
Offense, control the line of scrimmage. Be dominant. Communicate up front. Dominate with our size and athleticism. Ain't no time now to worry about what the outcome is. Don't look at the scoreboard. One play at a time. From the first play to the last play.
Need a horn and drum roll.
I never talk to them boys that sit on them benches. I never talk to them boys that sit on them benches. I was in the game on 4th and inches.
Now it's time to go to work. Season's over. A different time. I told you they remember November. But December's our time. December's we do what we do. That's Florida State time. We're back where we belong.
Let's get it on. Need a horn to break it down.
I never talk to them boys that sit on them benches. I never talk to them boys that sit on them benches. I was in the game on 4th and inches.
Just change.
I'm going to either win 388 games or I'm going to win 389. Neither one of them throw me over the hump or nothing. Unless something happened to Joe today. Anything happened to Joe today?
Offense, control the line of scrimmage. Be dominant. Communicate up front. Dominate with our size and athleticism. Ain't no time now to worry about what the outcome is. Don't look at the scoreboard. One play at a time. From the first play to the last play.
Need a horn and drum roll.
I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I was in the game on 4th and inches.
Now it's time to go to work. Season's over. A different time. I told you they remember November. But December's our time. December's we do what we do. That's Florida State time. We're back where we belong.
Let's get it on. Need a horn. Break it down.
I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I never talk to them boys that sat on them benches. I was in the game on 4th and inches.
We starting off big. What is going on, Florida State family? Man, y'all know what it is. I don't really got to tell you what happened. But Kendrick Ross with the $20 off the rip. So we're going to get the super chats out the way. We also got a guest in the building who I'll be bringing in here shortly. But 45-3. Kendrick Ross, man, shout out to you with the $20 donation. Then we got Irv Gotti with the $5. Says stunt on them hoes. I already know who Irv want.
Yeah, more money, more money. Yeah, more money, more money. Yeah.
Then I got Davius Freeman with the $10. Let's go.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
Man, shout out to Seminole Nation for showing up tonight. But you know who didn't show up? Them goddamn Hurricanes. Them damn Hurricanes did not show up. 45-3. I don't really need to cook. I'm going to bring Sporadics in here. I'm curious to see what he got to say. We might have other people joining the chat tonight, but I'm going to bring Sporadics in here because I'm going to let him say all that needs to really be said here. But let's bring Sporadics in here, guys.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on with you?
I'm a little bit hoarse from screaming at the TV, but
I've been screaming too. So
look, I mean, the most important thing was I was screaming because we was winning, but I was also screaming we made bonehead plays. Just to be able to say that again, just to be able to say our expectations are higher than they have been in 3 or 4 years, or maybe our expectations never changed, but now we're finally meeting expectations in some way. I didn't go to the Miami game because I received 6 death threats from Miami fans.
that's wild. Them boys, they not about that action though. But before you continue, man, we got some money. We got some money that came in, some big money. So I got to get to that. First, I got to get to Peter Shields with the $5. He says ass beaten. Shout out to you, Peter Shields.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
But Chris hitting us with the $50 bomb. Shout out to you, Chris. He says Orlando want to check in 45-3. Chris, you get, I don't know, you get whatever you want over here. So we're going to go with this one. We're going to go with this one.
Finna get up in here, whoop these niggas' ass right quick.
And I'm going to drop one more on you. Yes, sir. Shout out to Chris Robinson, man. Shout out to all the Florida State family that showed up tonight, man. What do you think, man? What did you expect that? I expected a win. I expected a comfortable win. I'm not too sure, man, that I expected to see that though.
So my prediction on Spread was 44-17. Obviously they didn't score 17, but we scored 45. So I was close on our side, a little off on theirs. I mean, what more can you say other than Trey Benson? 14 carries, 131 yards, 9.4 yards average. He had 2 TDs, and then I was impressed with Toa. Philly was, a great sidekick tonight. 14 carries for 46 yards, and then at the end of the game, they're seeing CJ Campbell do it.
All the backs, man. All the backs play well, man. They continue to play well week in and week out. And I got to give credit to Boxing Monster. He did say on, I think Friday or Wednesday, 45-4. And I was like, no. But it was 45-3. So I got to give credit to the Boxing Monster.
I was actually watching the show when he threw that prediction up. So, what could you – I was impressed with special teams tonight. The 2 punts that were put inside the 2-yard line, that was still a safety that we didn't get, but whatever. We scored a touchdown right after. But that was a safety.
Brain Tick says Tacoma, Washington checking in with the $2 dono. Go Nose. Go Nose.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
So I want to get this out the way because I spoke on this Friday night, and I know you was in the chat Friday night because you was commenting and listening. Mario Cristobal should be ashamed of himself.
Yep.
I spoke on this. It's almost like I predicted it. I said maybe he's doing the TVD thing as a little bit of gamesmanship, and he's not really going to play him. God forbid you play him. He gets hurt again, and you ruin whatever draft potential this guy has. And lo and behold, what did he do? We got a lot of Florida State stuff to talk about, but I got to give it to him because if that was any other coach, we'd be killing him. Imagine if Mike did that to one of our quarterbacks. Oh, my God, we'd be murdering him right now. Miami fans, you can't defend what Mario Cristobal did tonight. I heard some Miami fans say, well, the kid wants to play, let him play. No, it's the coach's job to, one, protect the kid from himself, and set the kid up for his best possible future. I would argue to say TVD's done it as a Miami Hurricane. He's probably, I don't know if he goes pro or not, but he's either going pro or hitting the portal. He's done. You've ruined what was a Heisman potential kind of kid. And a kid, even though he struggled, and I think that has more to do with the coaches they hired than it has to do with him personally. That's my personal opinion, because I actually think TVD is talented. But you ruined him. There's no way he can trust that staff anymore. They obviously don't trust him. I would like to get your input on that, because I spoke on that, man, and it's almost like I predicted it, which is crazy.
Yeah, when I seen him warming up at warm-ups, I kept telling my wife, I was like, I hope this is a bluff. Like, they shouldn't put this kid in. He's got 2 injured shoulders, not 1.
Right.
And they're like, you kept hearing from the announcers, oh, he's been great this week. And then you heard Crystal Ball himself say it, that he's done great Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I'm steadily looking, and I knew the 2 injuries that the kid had to his shoulders. And I'm like, 2 weeks or a week and a half is not nowhere near enough time to heal from those injuries.
First of all, that was a lie. There's no way he was amazing in practice and could barely throw the football tonight.
No.
Like, he got hurt on a play that Verse didn't even tackle him. Like, so miss me with the whole he was great all week. No, he wasn't. You panicked in this game because you knew this game was a must-win for you in your early tenure at Miami. You panicked and you played a guy who shouldn't have played.
Yep.
But I got Sandra Gordon with the $5 stupid. Y'all showing love tonight. I say, man, every time we win, y'all show major love. So we need to win more often. But
when
Sandra,
you win, they spin.
When we win, they spin. Absolutely. $5 super sticker from Sandra. Thank you so much. And by the way, these donations go back to you guys when I do the free giveaways. So I already did one this year where we got 2 guys. Bonta Monson never gave me his information, so he didn't get the hat. But the other guy got his hat. He can attest to that. But thank you, Sandra, for the $5.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
And then I got Kendrick with another $20. Says Pokemon Cloud 9. Just got into Baton, Florida. Almost got kicked off the plane. LOL. Let me get that Dalvin. I'm gonna give you that Dalvin, but they be copywriting me for that Dalvin, man. But I'm gonna give it to you because it's your second super chat. I gotta fix that Dalvin one because for some reason I get a copyright on that one.
What's in my pocket, dog? Big face Honda. Just left them all. Bought everything that I wanted.
Man, so I want to get Mario out the way because I just think that was one of the most atrocious coaching jobs I've ever witnessed. But let's forget about Miami. Let's talk about what we did. And we did everything we wanted to do. And I know you're plugged in with the recruits. Baxter's at the game now. I know he was on a Miami visit, but it's no coincidence that he's been at Florida State the last 2 weeks and went to see this game as well. What's your thoughts? Did this game affect recruiting? What do you think?
So me personally, I've had a couple of people tell me that they didn't think, even on my own crew that comes on Sporadics, even told me they didn't think this was going to do a lot for 2023 recruiting, and I disagreed with them, mainly because CJ Baxter was coming to this game as a Miami recruit, or a visit, should I say. But there was multiple recruits. There were 60 recruits in the building, and multiple of them were doing the chop, and they're on a Miami visit.
That's crazy.
And that's factual. There's videos of it. I believe Rob Deloach, which is Kalen Deloach's dad, he's got videos of it. Quite a few people got videos of these recruits over there doing the tomahawk chops. So I think it does a lot for us, and I think it shows by us playing a full 4 quarters, which this is, in my opinion, the first game we've played a full 4 quarters. It shows where the team's going, what direction we're going in, and I think it's important to the recruits to see what they just saw tonight. And if you're a running back, man, why would you not want to be on this team?
Yeah, there's no way Cedric's looking at this and saying, man, I'm a eat in this system. Like, there's no way. Only thing that I think might look, but I don't want to say this because I'm not saying Cedric would be afraid of competition, but that would be, to me, the only thing that would make him say, like, I don't know, man, they got a lot of bodies in that room, a lot of legit bodies. But yeah, man, that's good to hear that those boys were on a Miami visit and throwing tomahawk chopping. Go ahead.
The former Noel Jasquez Patrick, running back number 9 or whatever number he was, but He was,
Especially number, I think it was number 9. Yeah.
I think so, but he was sitting there tweeting all night. Man, I would love to get a running back in the system.
Yeah, I retweeted that.
Yep. So I mean, the former Knowles like Jacoby McDaniel, he was talking. Freddie Stevenson was talking. This is what Florida State Miami rivals are about. So I mean, I've been getting a bunch of ridicule from obviously Miami fans, but even some Florida State fans came at me saying that I was harping on Miami too much. I can't. If I do it for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the rest of my life, I couldn't match what Miami fans have done over the past 2 years. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear.
They're the most obnoxious fan base on the internet. I've always said that Florida, for me, it's always been Florida is the bigger rival for me. I hate them more. But since I've been on YouTube, Miami has closed the gap, and it's strictly because of the fans on YouTube. They are obnoxious. And as you see, there's none in here tonight. Actually, I'll shout out one. He actually did show up. John Shields showed up, and he bowed down to the Kings of Florida right now. But as you see, nobody supporting Miami in the chat right now, because why would they? What is there to support?
Well, if you don't mind me asking you a question, what were you most impressed with about Florida State in this game?
That's so hard for me. It's probably not even X's and O's things for me. For me, I just was impressed with the fact that, yes, it was a rivalry game. Rivalry games have all the making of being maybe closer than they shouldn't be. Because going into the game, we were better than them in every facet of the game. I knew we were. Yet I still only said we would win 30. I think I said 30 to 20. What did I say? 34 to 20 is what I said, I think. So I still only had like a 14-point game just because rivalry. We are their Super Bowl. I expected them to play. I'm just impressed with the fact that they imposed their will, and then they let it. I would argue that midway through second quarter, Miami quit.
Yep.
They quit. They knew midway through the second quarter they didn't want to be on that field anymore. They quit. That's what I'm impressed with. The X's and O's don't really impress me, only because I knew we were better than them in every facet of the game. That we did what we were supposed to do. But the fact that you made Miami quit in the biggest game of their season, I got to be impressed with that. Got to be impressed with that. What about you? What impressed you the most?
The thing that I would say that I was most impressed with is the consistency from the team as a whole, how they played for each other and never gave up on each other, no matter what the play was or how big the score deficit was for Miami. It didn't matter how much up we were. I was glad we didn't have stupid penalties against us for taunting or
we played a clean game.
But my favorite play of the whole game was the drop pass to DJ Lundy in the end zone. That was my favorite play of the game.
So you bring up a good point. I love what we did in the red zone. We didn't, and I don't know about you, but I don't like to pile too much on, but I do think at times we get too cute in the red zone.
Absolutely.
You know your team struggles with catching pitches, and we didn't. And I love the fact that we did not get cute. We tried to run it, didn't work, and then they just called a simple bootleg. Lundy sold the block, released, touchdown. Like, that's what I want to see in the red zone. Impose your will, especially in the 5 yards, in the 5-yard line. Impose your will, and if you got to get a little creative, get Jordan Travis outside the pocket where he can either run it or make a decision. I do love what we did in the red zone. We didn't get cute. We tried to impose our will, and when that didn't work, we put Jordan Travis on a rollout, and he was able to make a great decision. And Lundy sold the block very well, and shout out to DJ Lundy, man.
Yep. And it was like over the past few weeks, which we've talked about a lot on my show, we've all been extremely frustrated with getting cute inside the red zone. Like last week against Georgia Tech, going for our first points of the game, trying to do a wildcat snap to toe a Philly. Makes no sense. It just absolutely makes no sense. And then, we had the week 1 game. We tried to do something goofy, similar.
Yeah, it was the direct snap to Trayshawn.
Yep. Yeah. And it was just, it sets us up for almost failure. So to see this game go down where we played zero cuteness was absolutely amazing. We just played hard-nosed football, and we made the right calls when they needed to be called. But I would say the defense impressed me the most because of the snap count situation. Like, with 3 different quarterbacks coming in at times, once you have Van Dyke, then you had Brown, then you had Garcia come in. We never got Drew off sides, and they were changing that snap count over and over.
We didn't look. If you got 3 quarterbacks, you don't have any. And I knew from the jump TVD shouldn't play in this game. And I'm a Florida State fan. I mean, obviously, ride, bleed, garnet, and gold. But what Miami did to TVD really pisses me off because it's bigger than just trying to win a game. A program's responsibility is not only to win games, but to set your players up for a bright future. And I believe they failed TVD in every aspect. But I knew if Garcia, I'm surprised Ja'Curry got as many snaps as he did, which is shocking to me, which the writing may be on the wall for Jake Garcia too, because that is kind of shocking.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously they didn't trust him to throw the ball. You could see that. And we didn't respect the quarterbacks any way, shape, or form. I mean, I don't want to say I'm not impressed with the defense because I was impressed, but honestly, the offense, Miami hasn't scored a touchdown in what now? 8 quarters or something crazy like that. It's a crazy number, Miami. We knew their offense wasn't good, and the Florida State defense did what they were supposed to do. The only thing I will criticize is I thought Adam Fuller pulled the starters too early in the third quarter.
Absolutely.
And I get it. You want to rotate your guys. I also get it. You want to stay healthy because we still got more games to play. We still trying to get 9 wins. I think 9 wins is an extreme possibility right now. So I do understand maybe going to your rotation a little early, but you flirted with giving that team life early in the third quarter. Thing is, Miami just isn't good enough to capitalize on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was saying the same thing. I'm like, all right, we've seen enough of the backups, bring back in the starters. And the second play after we bring the starters back in, we force a fumble. And
yeah, it was,
so
our starters was different levels, just different levels. But go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're good. And to see Jared Verse have a really good game, the day after his 22nd birthday, and I get to speak to him quite often.
He's 22.
Yeah. Yep.
He might leave then. He might leave for real.
He might leave.
I don't want him to. I think he could help his stock by staying a year, but
and they are. I will give everybody a little bit of ease of mind here. Just like Robert Scott, the offensive lineman. They are really being specific on when they choose to go into the draft. They are having multiple conversations with 1 former athletes, 2 advisors, 3 head coaches, and they're talking about getting their stock up as high as they can because they want the bigger payday versus a payday. So
maybe you can speak to this because I spoke on this myself. I don't think the brand new truck Verse got was like just random. I think they know that he's potentially going to the draft, but hey, let's get you an NIL. Let's get you some real money in your pocket. Let's get you a nice truck, which I always thought was stupid that Miami was trolling a brand new Nissan Titan. Like if y'all driving Kias and you want to criticize a 22-year-old because he has a brand new truck. I mean, when I was shopping for my truck, I was looking at the Titans myself. Those are nice trucks.
We're talking about a 50.
Yeah, you're talking about a $40,000 car. Yeah. I mean, like, what are we really talking about here? But I don't think my point is, I don't think that was I don't think it was just a random. I think they know that he's like he's being projected as like a top 25 guy, but I think you give him a nice fat NIL deal. You can turn 25 into top 15, top 10. I don't think there's no doubt there. And I don't think it was a mistake. So I think they're playing chess, not checkers with the NIL stuff. But you can speak on that because I know you're more plugged in. Obviously, you're more plugged in with the NIL thing than I am.
Yeah, they absolutely are playing a smart game as far as NIL goes, especially with the guys that are already here. Me being a director of player relations at Micanopy 1851, I mean, we're doing similar things for the guys that are already here. Like you'll hear, and I'm not trying to bring up someone else, but you'll hear the Gator Collective. A lot of the Gator players, current ones, are down there very upset because they're not getting offered any deals whatsoever. And the Gator Collective turns and makes a statement that we're using this for recruiting. So you're just saying, screw the guys that are already here. And here's the thing. The universities, the coaches, they have no say-so over this. Like, these are separate entities. They have no collaborations with the universities at all. The coaches can't even speak on it because of the laws in Florida.
Yeah.
So until this legislation is changed, which is being voted on in February of 2023, and the legislation is probably going to be voted in the right direction. And as long as it does, then the universities will have say so versus the NIL goes, and they can be more involved with the athletes in NIL. But as of right now, because of the Florida statute, they can't say anything and they can't control it. So Florida State, luckily, we have us as in Micanopy 1851, and then you've got Rising Spear on the other side that will probably be up underneath the boosters next year. They'll be almost
Okay, that's good information right there.
yeah, everybody's working together on the Florida State side. It's not
That's good to hear.
this collective, that collective. There's things that we do for the athletes that Rising Spirit doesn't do, and there's things that Rising Spirit does for the athletes that we don't do. We're just
Right.
geared different,
Right.
but we're working together so they get the best of both worlds. Versus, no, we're better, so y'all sign with us. When they come to us, it's non-exclusive. They can take deals from anyone and everyone, legally. That is.
Yeah.
And we do a justice of services for them as far as reading contracts for them for free, going over different deals with them for free. We don't charge them anything. The only thing that they have to do, because there has to be a clear give when there's a clear ask, is represent Micanopy 1851 by either making a post or coming and doing a commercial or coming to a tailgate or whatever that looks like. But everybody at Florida State's working together very well. There's big money on both sides. With us winning, there's no lack of true sponsors coming in ready to dump money into the laps of the athletes that are doing very well on the field, but more importantly, they're going after the guys that are doing very well in the classroom and also doing something in the community of Tallahassee. So we're doing a really good job as of right now.
Do you another question? I think it's pretty apparent, which is kind of par for the course. Miami's about to go into a mass rebuild here. They're going to lose some players. Any player specifically, because a lot of people are talking Knighton, because Knighton flirted with hitting the portal last week. I don't know if you're aware of that. He kind of retracked, but the writing's on the wall with Jalen Knighton. It's probably gone. But I keep telling Florida State fans, there's no room for Knighton. I mean, no disrespect to Jalen Knighton. I'm actually a fan of him. I actually know his family down there in South Florida. But there's no room. He had his chance, and it's passed him by, and he would fall in the fourth string on this depth chart. But are there any players that you think from the Miami side that hit the portal that FSU would have interest in?
Me personally, I don't think anybody that's on their starting on either side of the ball starters. No, I think that there might be some 2022 classmen that came in that thought they would get a little bit more playing time than they do, even though they are true freshmen. But they haven't played their true freshmen as near as much as Florida State has. They get 4 games, and so I'm not saying that these kids are going to transfer, but I'm saying that who Florida State would be interested in is like the Nigel Kellys, even the backup quarterback that's coming in the 2023 class. Again, that's
Emory. How about Emory?
Yeah, I think there's quite a few kids that are going to back off.
I think we should be working to flip him personally, and
we are.
They probably are. They probably are. They'd be dumb not to.
Yeah, and it's going to be kind of wild because if it goes the way that I'm projecting it to go, just because of having conversation with these two, we can end up with 2 or 3 quarterbacks in this class when we wanted 2. And right now we're sitting at 0 for the class, but you got the kid we're really like high end after the kid that's he's committed to Kansas State or Kansas. I don't remember which one.
What's his name?
I don't remember.
Okay.
To be honest. And then the Emory kid that's at Miami, where we've even had conversations with Rashada. I don't think there's much there, but there's been conversation had. Tony Tokars is very specific on which type of quarterback he wants. Since he came in, Norvell gave him pretty much the realm of that, like go after who you want. Because we had quite a few guys that before Kenny Dillingham left that were on board to come, and Kenny left. Tokars, rewatched film, redid things, and he was like, That's not the type of quarterbacks I want to go after. And after seeing Jordan's abilities this year, after Tokars has came in, I'm not saying it's all Tokars, but he's playing a huge role in how well Jordan Travis is playing in the pocket and passing now.
Well, I wanted to get on that, and I wanted to get your opinion on that. I don't think it personally. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it has. Obviously, Travis has been in college for a while, so that has something to do with it. Just maturity and growth, and the game is obviously slowed down for him drastically. But I don't think it's a coincidence that Travis has become a pocket passer who runs when he can or when he. We actually have criticized Travis here for not running when he probably should run because he's so dead set on sticking from the pocket, which I'm for. If you go back last year and the year before, my biggest criticisms on Jordan was he got happy feet and would run when he didn't need to, and therefore made the offensive line look better. Like, I am a firm believer that he made the O-line look worse. He's not done that, and there's to me, no surprise, O-line has been like a top 3 O-line in the ACC. Sorry. But speak on Tony. How much okay, Vanessa, I got you. But speak on Tony and his relationship with these quarterbacks and how much credit does he deserve for turning Jordan Travis into forget the ACC, a top 10 quarterback in the nation.
So in my opinion, Tony Tokars has if I gave it a percentage, it'd be at least 75%, 80% of the reason why the quarterbacks are starting to, even looking at Tate, just how much better he did in the Louisville game or whatever game it was that Jordan went out in, just how well he played himself. At first last year, we were all after Jordan Travis because we were like, you run too much, you're going to get banged up. And he did. He got hurt. And then that just kills the offense if we don't have Jordan Travis, especially with Tate not being what he is now. It was, hard to watch. But then you bring in Tony Tokars, and he starts really working with the quarterback room. A lot of people keep talking about how well Jordan has come along as far as a pocket passer, and Tony Tokars has a lot to do with that. And then you see Tate, be able to pick up and get a win for us when J-Trav goes out. And the one that's not getting talked about that's been most impressive to me in practice is A.J. Duffy. You're talking about a night and day difference on what this kid's what he came in as and what he's turned into. And that's who Tony Tokars spends the most time with, is A.J. Duffy, that being the future of the Noles. I'm really excited I want J-Trav to come back. I really do.
I was going to ask you that next. Do you want him back, and do you think he comes back? I remember at the beginning of the year, the staff and even Travis himself, they were saying this was the year. That was out of Travis's own mouth. He said, this is my last year. But now I'm not too sure that is the case. I'm going to bring you in here in a minute, Terrence.
Yeah, I think personally I think we planned on having a good year. And I'm not stating that we're going to have a better year than what was projected as far as the coaches and J-Trav went. But I think J-Trav is like basically living his life one game at a time. So if we pull off 9 wins, he's going to be like, man, we're real close to being that team that can go to the college playoffs. I'm going to come back and at least do that to bring my stock up, because really what is J-Trav's stock right now as a true QB? Is this enough film? And I don't think it personally is. I think he needs to come back to get one more year. And I think he did.
I think we kind of said that the other night that another year kind of gets him that tape. He has to go in, probably maybe even go out and get an award at some point, because he comes back next year. He's probably first team QB ACC preseason. It's highly likely that he ends up in that spot. So, I mean, if he really wants to play at the next level, he has to come back next year, because you see him. I don't think being a grad transfer is of benefit to him anywhere.
He's not transferring. Travis
it just wouldn't make sense, and that's what I'm saying.
First of all, he has family ties to Florida State. He's not going anywhere.
So there's no other way for him to really get to that next level unless he comes back next year.
But Terrence, I don't know if you're aware who Sporadix is. He's one of the him along with Big Game James. I might be missing somebody, but I know him and Big Game James, they are one of the They run one of the collectives for FSU. So
Okay.
and then Sporadics. This is one of my co-hosts when he has a chance to pop up
Every now and then.
Phoenix Ali. So want to let y'all get acquainted.
Nice to meet you, man.
But go ahead, Terrence. I don't know if you was done.
Nah, I mean, I agree with a lot of what he had to say. Like, as far as Travis is concerned, and you know, how the outlook for the team next year, and if he really wants to make an impact. Like, and it's looking like we're going to be in that situation. So, my bad about the mic, y'all. I had like right up in here. My bad about that. But yeah, I mean, if he wants to be, he's going to be in a good situation coming back next year, and it's all about. I mean, he's obviously taking the steps to be a better quarterback overall, and it's been great to watch all year. To be honest.
He does have his own channel. Go ahead and plug your stuff, Sporadics. You got an Instagram, YouTube channel. Go ahead and plug it.
Yeah, you can find me at Sporadics on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Our Facebook group is one of the most. It has the most engagement out of any Facebook group, no matter what sport it is or what it is.
I'm in there. I never say anything, but I'm in there.
Yeah, it's just like this weekend alone. So far, we've had 272,000 engagements to our page. We keep it completely positive. We do allow people to speak the truth, but we do not allow you to bash any of the players. We don't allow you to bash the coaching staff, call for their jobs, stuff to that nature, because you see the reason why. If you give a coaching staff the time that is required, then you start seeing the positivity from it. You start seeing results. So the whole reason
Sporadics, I got bad news for you.
What we got?
Terrence isn't that guy. He's gonna bash. So with that segue, I want to know, Terrence, what you think of this game? What do you think of White Mike, as you call him?
Hey, listen, I enjoyed watching the first half. It was great to watch. And it gave me a lot of what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a little bit more put my foot on your throat in the second half. And we kind of just like lollygag through it. You saw Miami really just it was 40. We scored 31.
Now I'll be honest, like, you probably could have scored more than 45, but
yeah, like I wanted to see them put their.
I do understand to a degree of trying to get. Okay, you've won the game. Now let's get out of here healthy because you still got Cuse. You see what Florida did to A&M. I've been saying it all along. Florida is the toughest game we have left. I've been saying that. So that game is going to come down. You know, that Florida game is going to be tough. So, I mean, I'm not too mad with trying to get out of here happy. I mean, get out of here healthy.
I didn't know. Everybody's taking this. I'm not happy. I am happy. This is great.
We had this sidebar conversation. You did not sound happy.
All I said was, I was like, I wish we would have put our foot on their throat. Like, it was just right there for us to like.
We did, though.
In the first half.
They quit. Them boys didn't want to play football no more.
Well, my thing is,
I don't even think Mario shook. Did Mario shake Norvell's hand? I don't think he did.
I don't think so. I was looking for that.
I don't think Mario shook Mike's hand.
They were shaking everybody else's hand, but I don't think they met at midfield.
I don't think Mario and Mike met at midfield.
I don't think they met at midfield, but hey, like I think Mike definitely let up. And it's cool. I get it. You want to get out of it healthy, which is the most important part. We won. We're healthy. All I said was like, I feel like in the third quarter we just kind of like let up.
We talked
even
about
on
it.
Defense,
they pulled the starters on defense too early.
And
FSU Rose says they did shake hands. Okay, I didn't see it on TV. Okay, I didn't see it on TV, but they might have.
I saw everybody else like walking around. And
Tyler says, "Man, what more do you want?"
You saw Ja'Cory Brown and them running up and down the field, like, except for when they fumbled the ball away. They were moving the ball in the second half. It was just cough it up.
But it was against, I mean, Brandon Gant was out there, Joshua Farmer, and some of these players I like. I think Joshua Farmer has a bright future.
Yeah.
I think Gant gets another 15 pounds on him, which I'm actually shocked to learn that Gant's only a junior. Like, I thought Gant was in his last year. The guy has a whole nother year. That COVID year has done a lot of teams wonders, and it can do us some wonders as well. put another 15 pounds on Gant, and he's a legit in the linebacker rotation, like legit. But we played a lot of backups, man. We played a lot of backups.
Yeah.
So
But I'm
I
proud of
hear
the
you,
win, man.
but
I'm proud of the win.
I
First
hear
and
you.
foremost, I want to
Well-
be clear. I'm proud of the win. I'm happy with it. I was excited to get there and sit there and just watch it and be peaceful and watch a game where I didn't have to worry too much. And that's what it's all about, especially when you get to embarrass your rival like the way we did and make it very clear, like the way we said last night. We need to show that we're clearly better than them and not leave anything up for discussion. And that's what we did.
Hey, Randy, I did not get your email, man. Email me again. I didn't get that. I'll take care of you while you deployed, but give me your email, man.
Y'all really feel like I ain't said nothing good about Mike?
But you know how you are, so they're gonna be on your head.
Mike did his job. Mike did a great job. He had us out there prepared. I like what he did with Deuce Spann. If everybody saw that.
Yep.
That was what he did with Deuce Spann.
He was coaching.
Man, he was coaching.
He was coaching.
He pulled Deuce Spann to the side, got Deuce Spann head back in the game. And I like watching that happen.
And you know what's crazy? Miami was trying to make that game chippy.
Yep.
Go watch they were doing the refs were not calling anything, but Miami was doing a lot of things to provoke, and Florida State showed a ton of discipline. Miami was hit. They were hitting after the whistle. They were pushing after the whistle, and we would do this every time. Shout out to us because we stayed disciplined. Miami tried to make that game chippy because they knew they was getting their ass whooped. And we didn't bite.
But I kind of know what my man up in the other corner is talking about as far as like I think we put our foot on their throat, but we were waiting for that initial twist of the foot. We kind of wanted to crush the vocal cord.
You wanted to crush the whole esophagus.
Yeah, we wanted to just take absolutely all the wind out. And I think if we would have just punched one more in instead of a field goal at half, like if we'd have punched that in, that would have possibly been what we was looking for. But in the second half, when we started conservative play calling, we just ran. And I mean, it was effective, but we kind of wanted that last gizzard shot and really just snatched the throat out, and it didn't happen.
I like that.
So
I think in the second half they quit though. I mean, excuse me. I think in the second quarter I hear what y'all are saying, and I don't necessarily disagree, but I was tweeting through it. Bro, midway through the second quarter, they were done. I knew they were done when Toafili caught that. Go watch that play.
That's what you did say that.
He caught that swing, that wheel route out the backfield.
Yeah,
and there's a defender right there. And the defender completely stopped running. I think it was number 4 on Miami. I could be. He wasn't gonna catch him, but damn, he didn't even try. He didn't even try. And it was right there. I said, yeah, Miami's done. They don't want to be on the field no more. They didn't want to be on the field no more.
I feel like I got up out of my defensive touchdown a couple times today too, man, that I called out.
Greedy could have took that. Greedy could have took one back. Shout out to AZ too. Shout out to AZ. Yeah. But Greedy could have took that one back. I knew if Jake was playing, he would give us one. He was gonna give us at least one.
He was gonna give us some.
Go on, Sporadic. You were about to say something though?
I think the most important thing to take away from the Norvell era as it is so far is that his guys, regardless of how up we are or how down we are, they don't do that. They don't give up. They don't quit on plays. If you get to be around the actual program itself and see how they interact with coaches, man, these guys are 100% not. It's not just a respect that they have for the coaches. They love them coaches. It's a back and forth thing. And look, I mean, I was just as critical. And look, we hired Willie Taggart. Willie Taggart probably loves this university more as much as anybody else, regardless of what happened.
You done brought up Willie, Terrence. You about to trigger Terrence. You about to trigger him.
No. I'm saying we made the wrong hire based off of emotional connection to the school. I'm not saying. Here's the other thing. It's hard for me to say it's the wrong hire, but it depends on whether you know the real reason why Willie Taggart was fired or not. Like Willie Taggart wasn't fired until we lost to Miami. Willie Taggart was.
No, there was a lot of stuff behind the scenes that. Yeah,
there was a lot of things going on at Florida State that didn't look good, but
I'm aware.
The worst case of it is the university knew multiple months beforehand that these Oregon players were going to sue Coach Taggart and the University of Oregon, and they were like, "We don't want any part of being in the middle of that mix."
Well, I've spoken on Taggart before, and I don't want to really spend a lot of time on Taggart. I'm just going to say this. Taggart was hired by an AD that already had a foot out the door, and Wilcox. And Wilcox left Taggart. In my opinion, people don't talk about this enough, but Wilcox left Taggart out to dry. You hired him, and then you left him. And you left him with no support, no backup. Nobody was willing to invest in him. And so it's no wonder why what happened to Willie. Whether it's fair, unfair, whether Willie was doing a good job, bad job, Wilcox hired him, and then he dipped. It was easy for the temporary AD at the time to say, that's not the guy we want. Get him out of here. Wilcox didn't do Taggart any favors. Again, don't want to waste too much time on Taggart, but that's always how I've viewed that. You leave a guy out to dry, and that's going to be the end result, especially when he's not producing. So,
Yep.
But let's switch from Willie because we just beat Miami 45-3. We're 5-3 or 6-3. Excuse me. We're 6-3. We're bowl eligible. Holy shit. Mike's about to go to a bowl game. And I mean, Mike has a chance to really. Mike's got a chance, man. Mike's got a chance to finish 9. I predicted 9-3 at the beginning of the season. So Mike's got a chance. I think it comes down to Florida. I think we enter Florida game 8-3. And we'll see what happens there because I'm not worried about Cuse, especially if Cuse don't have their quarterback, which he did not play today, and they looked absolutely god-awful. Shout out to Stead. Stead said Jerg ain't been happy with football. Jerg hasn't been on this show since.
Refuses.
He refuses. He always busy. He always got something going on. Jerg, by the way, Sporadic, I don't know if you're aware, he's one of my Miami co-hosts, who I like to bring in here. He gives a different perspective on things. He's refused to come on the show since the season has started. But shout out to
Stead. Either if I was him.
Shout out to Stead with $2.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
So where do we take this conversation next? I'll let one of you guys pick.
Well, first off, I'm gonna give a shout out to my sponsor, Game Day Vodka.
Okay, you on? Okay.
Oh yeah. Well,
how do I
get that at?
I'm about to say, can I get a bottle of that?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's multiple ways you can get it, but if you go to GameDayVodka.com, as long as you're 21 years or older, and here's the thing, I sought after them to be a sponsor. They didn't seek me. I sought after them because of how good the product was. They've got this new way of distilling vodka, which is like through CO2, and it makes it. I mean, it's the smoothest drink that you'll ever have, and it's got all the potency of any vodka.
Is it smoother than Belvedere?
Yes, it is.
Belvedere is my choice. I first of all, I'm not even really a vodka drinker, but if I'm going to drink vodka, it's usually Belvedere.
Here's the cool part: the person that has created Game Day Vodka that distills it is the creator of Belvedere.
Oh, well, perfect. How do I get that?
Created it, and then Belvedere didn't want to do this new process of double CO2 extraction of the vodka. So she partnered with the owner of Game Day Vodka. So I think they're now both owners, but she combined it with him, and now she's made this vodka even smoother than Belvedere.
Oh wow, okay, that's what's up. So I mean, since you said it, so since I'm on Gentleman Jack tonight, what you on, Terrence?
I'm still pouring up on that Hennessy White. I'm gonna finish this bottle off, but I am buying the 5 bottles that's in stock right now.
Oh, you already looking it up?
I'm on here right now. I'm going ahead. I don't know if you can see.
That's a Knowles Game Day Vodka.
Yeah, yep. I'm going ahead and grab. Is that what I'm looking at?
Yep. Look, that's so they've got different teams that they're like the official vodka of like 8 college teams and 9 NFL teams. So make sure you don't buy the Boston College one.
It says the Garnet and hold on now.
Terrence, let me get one of them bottles up off you.
Yeah, it's 7. I got you.
All right.
And I'm not a seltzer drinker by any means. You know, like the White Claws and stuff.
Yeah.
But this is completely different. This is not a White Claw, but they've got a new drink out, a Game Day vodka called Spiked, and it's got cool names behind it, like Cleat Chaser. Yeah, and it's got a couple other ones. But look, it's all it is a 100% fruit juice mixed with their vodka, and it is it's an amazing drink. When I tried it, I thought I was about to drink a White Claw, and I tried it, and it was absolutely amazing.
Y'all talk for a minute. I'll be right back. I owe Todd Pope a shot.
He said,
So, in your opinion, what was your favorite part of the game? Like, what was you most impressed with out of the Noles?
Man, Benson ran. You've seen Benson run hard, but Benson ran hard, man. It was great to watch him run and break tackles, the vision, just the production from the running backs. Period. Like just watching them like be patient, let the blocks develop. We ran a counter at least 10 times. That's a minimum of 10 times we ran a counter, and it just looked beautiful to watch them be patient behind the line, let the blocks develop, and then not only just hit the hole, but even once they've hit the hole, looking for that next area to escape. Toe Feely did a little bit of that, but Benson was just unbelievable. I was kind of worried about him. I don't know if anybody said anything. His last run, he kind of came up a little gimpy. And he got tripped up and then kind of stumbled a little bit, and then he fell on his own. Did anybody hear about anything? Did anybody say anything about it? Like, was there follow up on that?
So he does have a partial swelling to his lower extremity of his ankle, like the lower end, closer to the bottom of his foot.
What about Trey?
Yeah, he did. He did roll his foot just a little bit underneath him, but here's the cool part because I get to talk to that. Like Trey Benson's a athlete of Micanopy, so I've got a Discord. To like if y'all are hosts or you do your own shows, you get in for free, but fans pay to get into the Discord, and it's the most accurate injury report that you'll ever get on Florida State, as long as you agree not to release it.
Okay, that makes sense. Let me get these super chats real quick, guys. Melly Mel says my weekend got better, 45-3, and sipping on Buffalo Trace. One love from the beautiful Pensacola. Go Noles, love your channel, Poke. Hey, I love your support, brother. Seriously. Greg Jones. And then Randy Yates with the $2. No comment, but shout out to Randy. Appreciate the $2, my man. And for that one, get more money, more money.
Yeah, get more money, more money. Yeah, get more money, more money. Yeah.
So, where do we go from 45-3? Like, I want to talk more about this game, but there's really not a lot to talk about. We dominated them. We embarrassed them. Where do we go? Where do we go, guys? I mean, it's got to be looking pretty good. I still refuse to talk recruiting until I see how this team finishes, because I was told we win, we recruit better, and I'm not saying we're recruiting bad, but we could be a little better. And it hurt my heart when I saw Jordan Hall release his top like 5 and we weren't in there. That crushed my soul, because that's been like one of the biggest guys I wanted this whole cycle. I believe he's Jimmy. I believe he's Timmy Jernigan-esque, and I don't say that lightly, but I honestly, you go watch his tape, I believe that.
Don't lose.
And I know again you're plugged into the recruiting sporadics. I want to know, man, where do we go? I want to know.
Don't lose hope. Like think about this. I forget which athlete it was. Was it CJ Hurd that took us out of his complete top 3, and he ends up?
Oh, Hurd had the biggest troll job as a commitment, and to this day, Hurd ain't played a snap. He's a whole year away from even signing, and he's my favorite. He's my favorite commit up until this point, because just that whole troll job he did. But still, man. I mean, Jordan Hall didn't even include us, man. You're saying don't lose hope, but
don't lose hope.
I don't know, man.
Trust
Okay,
me.
I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust you. I know you plugged in with the recruits. I know that's your lane.
Who's your one guy that you think we need to get Spirit Addicts that hasn't committed to us or is out there? Like, who do you feel like that's out there right now that's not committed that we need to get him to commit?
So me personally, because I want a QB commit so bad, I want to flip Emory from Miami extremely bad. Just because I've seen the kid play in person, his potential of what Tony Tokars could do with him for the future of Florida State would be. I mean, we've got the 2024 kid coming in.
Luke's a bad boy.
He's good, but he's
Luke's
2
a bad
years
boy.
out from.
Yeah, but he's 2 years out. Yeah.
I want to flip Emory, but on the other side of the ball, and it's killing me because I can't remember this kid's name, but he's currently committed to Texas A&M, and I want to flip him so bad. And he's actually coming to the Florida State game. Not Florida State, the Raging Cajuns Florida State game.
Okay.
And then that's his unofficial visit, and then his official visit is the Florida game, and we have a huge shot with him. He's extremely connected with Fuller, believe it or not. Like, and I'm not talking about Adam Fuller. I'm talking about Corey Fuller.
Okay.
They've got a really good relationship, and Corey is my guy. Like, I could never speak anything ill of Corey, and he's working.
Me either. I won't say anything ill of Corey Fuller for sure.
But there's going to be a surprise in the 2023 commitment class.
I hope so.
As far as I can go is this one kid's commitment could jump us 3 to 4 spots.
You're saying one kid. I know you're not going to tell me.
I can't.
I know you can't. Maybe you can tell me offline, and I promise I won't say anything. But that's a whole other conversation we can have later.
A couple people in the chat were asking, saying like they wanted to throw the name Baxter out there. Like
Baxter's not a surprise. Yeah. Baxter's
I don't
kind
think
of
it'll be a surprise.
Yeah,
though.
Baxter's kind of in the know right now. Like, we know Baxter is seriously looking at Florida State right now. He grew up a FSU fan.
He was a commit at one time,
and he was committed to us at one time. That Texas stuff, it sounds good. But when you look at Texas, they're not much better than us. I mean, we got the same record. Excuse me if I'm mistaken. I think Texas won today. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Texas won today. So they're probably 6-3, and we're 6-3. So if I'm Baxter, Texas isn't giving you anything that Florida State can't give you. But Corey Hall, let me get to Corey Hall real quick, and I'll let y'all continue. With the $5. Appreciate you, Corey. He says it feels good beating them cowards from Broward like a drum. First of all,
hold on, man.
Terrence might have a problem with that.
Hey, Miami ain't in Broward. what did you talking about? Like, hold on now.
I be seeing a guard and tackle pulling in my dreams tonight. Shout out to Corey. I don't have no connections to Broward. I'm all Dade County. First of all, Polk County first and foremost, but then I got family in Dade and West Palm Beach. So I got no connections to Broward, so I don't mind the Broward slander personally.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
Instead, say wrong county.
County, like we don't deal with Dade like that. So I got them bottles ordered, by the way.
All right, I need one off of you to add to my collection in the back.
Yeah, they look good back there.
So Sporadics, he's only going to give us a little bit about recruiting because I know he's tied in with the NIL, so there's not a lot he can speak on, and I completely understand that.
Definitely.
And I don't want to push him too hard. He wouldn't tell me anyway, but
I get ridiculed for not telling people, but
I mean, you have.
It's part of what you got to do. Like.
That's why, I love the fact that I don't have nothing for I'm not connected to nobody. I can say what I want to say over here. So that's just me. I'm trying to think, like, where do we go from this game? Like,
you do realize that Jordan Hall was just updated. I think it was 2 days ago that it was an 80% chance for him to go to Georgia. Now it's a 33% chance for him to go to FSU. And he's still got to go on his official visit.
Listen, all I know is the man didn't put us in his top 3 or whatever he just released. And I'm sad about that. I think it was LSU. I think it was the top 4. And I think his top 4 was LSU.
Let me know when he releases top 1.
It was Florida, Georgia, I think Bama and LSU, if I'm not mistaken. Look, again, I've watched Jordan Hall. When you say Timmy Jernigan 2.0, that's what I see.
Right. Big time Timmy Jim.
That's the guy I've wanted since day one. People tell me I should not be so hard on Odell, but we have a good D tackle committed. Don't get me wrong. Your boy out of North Carolina, his name forgets me at this moment. He's a damn stud. He's a stud. Don't get me wrong. 4-star, really good player. What's his name? Sporadics. Samson. Out of North Carolina, D tackle. It's Simpson or Samson. It's one of those.
You're a big boy.
His name forgets me. Somebody
Samson,
in the chat.
Samson.
Yeah,
Samson, yeah.
You guys know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I know somebody in the chat would know who I'm talking about. He's very good. Don't get me wrong. You say Jordan ain't Jernigan? Maybe he ain't. That's what he reminds me of when I watch him. That's just me, though. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Legit said it. I didn't say it. But let me say Dalvin Cook just committed. But so we talked some recruiting. If we dive into this game a little more. I was told Miami had one of the better defensive lines we would see. We dominated that. So my question becomes, how good is our offensive line? I'm starting to think that Robert Scott definitely goes to the draft. I think
really?
I think teams are gonna want Robert Scott. I think teams are gonna want him. I don't know if he's an NFL tackle, but I think he's a damn good NFL guard. He had a couple penalties tonight, but that doesn't. It's
a rivalry game. It's gonna happen.
It is what it is. Our offensive line, I tried to tell people it was better than what we've been seeing. And now that the quarterback has settled into the pocket, you see exactly how good they are. Exactly. You didn't hear Leonard Taylor was supposed to dominate. He's supposed to be the next Warren Sapp. You didn't hear his name once tonight.
Well, right before the game, they kept talking about he was going to be the next Warren Sapp, and that was it.
Yeah, you didn't hear his name once. So, how good is the O-line? Obviously, we are losing a Dylan Gibbons. We will be losing. Turrentine didn't play tonight, correct?
No,
Darius Washington held his own tonight. Shout out to Darius Washington. Imagine next year, man, when we got that, and that's the biggest question. Good points. Corey Hall makes a great point. What is Scott's wingspan? That's going to really project where he plays at the next level, his wingspan. And I don't know the answer off the top of my head. I'll look it up and get back with y'all later.
What I'm excited about with our offensive line is
how good is it?
I feel like as good as these guys have played, we have some guys that are behind them.
We have guys behind that have way better potential. Yes. Bingo, Terrence, you hit the nail on the head.
It's crazy how excited we can get about who's going to be the freshman that'll be in freshman and redshirt freshmen that'll be on campus next year, just waiting to dominate.
You hit the nail on the head. As good as we've been this year, our guys that are coming along and developing and not having to play because we've built depth and we've been able to keep. Armella's going to be a beast, guys.
Is
Lloyd Willis? I've been talking about Lloyd Willis for over a year, and I probably was premature on Lloyd, but Lloyd will probably be in your starting rotation next year.
Early.
Sapp. Kanaya Charlton was brought on as a project. Go watch his tape. Go watch his high school tape. You talk about a road grader. That's what Kanayo is. Only thing he has to fix. I said it when we recruited him. He's a project. His tape was 5-star. In my opinion, Kanaya's tape was 5-star, but he was very badly. His body. He had to get that body right. Dontre Richardson. We got guys. I don't really want to go all the way into next year because we still have a bunch of games left this year. But we spoke a little bit of this the last show. This team projects really well next year. And the crazy thing about it, Ray Fitty, I think a guy like, and I hate to say this, but I think your Schraders and your Herrings, they could be out recruited. They could potentially get jumped. I'm not saying that happens. They could rise to the occasion and compete, sure. But you could potentially see a guy like a Schrader or Zane Herring get passed over. I mean, Rod Orr's another one who hasn't really seen, but he's a body. Like, I don't know, Spirax, you want to speak on that? Like, what's your thoughts on the O-line? I've been bullish on the O-line from the beginning of the season just because I know what I'm looking at, but I would love to hear your standpoint on it.
I think the biggest sleeper right now, and they're like saving him. He doesn't travel with the team right now, but the biggest sleeper on this team
Tavius.
Quayshawn Sapp.
Oh, Sapp.
And the reason that I say that is because
we'll talk about Tavius a little later.
And Tavius,
did they move him to defense permanently, or was that just
no? So he's a very good mimic of the defensive tackle for Miami. I forget what his name is.
Leonard Taylor. From what I heard, that's who they were kind of.
They just used him to mimic that style.
I think they should put him. I think they should put him there permanently. I've been saying when we recruited him, he's a D tackle to me.
The player that I'm most excited about next year, and he's on the defensive line side of the ball, is
Tafasi.
Yes.
That guy's a monster, man.
That's a 31-year-old grown man.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
18-year-old body.
I'm with you, bro.
He just squatted 865 on the team.
Yeah.
He's the second strongest.
That's ridiculous.
He's a monster. I'm
That's
with
just
you.
freaking
I'm
insane,
with you
man.
100%. Tafasi's a monster. I can't wait to see him. I wish he was eligible this year, man.
He does too.
He's I'm with you.
He's gonna be like a plug and play when we lose Lovett. We're gonna lose Lovett, and then
which sucks because Lovett was dominant tonight. Go watch the tape, guys. Lovett dominated.
We obviously missed him.
We've missed Fabo. That 3-game stretch. We missed Fabo. We missed Fabo so much.
And watching him watching the line of scrimmage, it was a wall.
Bro,
the first half it was complete wall. Like we missed
Fabo so much. Yeah. If we could have had him, we would have beat. I don't know. We could have beat NC State. Or
I'm
so disappointed. Not disappointed. That's not the right word. I'm just so.
You got to be careful about saying those things, right?
I'm upset that Fabo got hurt. I'm not disappointed. Fabo's a beast, but
I think everybody.
I'm just so sad that he was hurt because him and Cooper together are a dynamic duo, but Cooper by himself doesn't get it done. If we're just being honest, but him and Robert together, good luck.
I think what it comes down to, and I know you said you want to avoid using that word, like I'm disappointed but you just see so much there. There's so much that could have come from this season if it were healthy, but ifs and fifths.
The reason I don't want to say disappointed for Fabo is because he was hurt. That's out of his control.
Yeah.
It's not like he wasn't playing well. No, he's a beast. He just was. It's out of his control. That's why I didn't want to say disappointed. But I'm disappointed, and I you know what? I won't say this because
injuries and
the
depth
guy I
are
was
all
about
part
to
of
say.
football.
I know he's a member of your collective, so I won't go that far.
Injuries and depth are part of. Injuries and depth are part of football, and you just hope that you want the next guy to be able to step up and handle business. And
a guy like Joshua Farmer, he started slow, but I think Farmer has gave you valuable snaps. Yeah. I'm excited for Daniel Lyons. I think I give Odell a hard time because at one point Odell recruited the elite of the elite, and he doesn't do that anymore. Now, you can say, well, Florida State's not winning. Well, God damn it, Atkins don't seem to have a problem with recruiting, and we not winning. And he's a Polk County native, so I got to be fair to Odell, but he develops them. That's why I want him to get Jordan Hall, because if he gets his hands on Jordan Hall, you got an All-American. That's why I want the elite prospects, because once he gets his hands on those guys, you have all Americans on your hands.
How old is Cooper, man? Cooper 24?
Man, Cooper been in college for 6 years.
He got at least 6 years, right?
Yeah,
I feel like he's done a great job with Cooper. Like, I know you said he's not that guy, but I feel like he's done a great job with Cooper. Like,
no, Coop just needs Fabo next to him.
I think Coop is that guy. You put him
Coop
next
by
to,
himself is not, because what Coop is, he's a gap stuffer, right?
Yeah.
He needs the guy next to him to be the guy. Once I get 2 guys on me, now you can rush. You can do all the other things that I'm doing by eating up blocks. Without Fabo, our other D tackles are a little bit, they're not ready for that role. Is where I'm going with that.
Okay.
Player I'm most excited for next year on defense is Pat Payton, though.
Oh, Payton's a future first round pick. I'm saying it right now. I've been saying it for a year. So, I'm just like
on that train.
Bro, I'm just a light skinned dude. I'm just a light skinned dude on YouTube. I don't know what I'm talking about half of the time. I just say stupid stuff, and you can believe me or you cannot believe. I've been on the Pat Payton bandwagon from the jump. And he showed it again tonight. He continues to show it.
Made a couple other
guy,
plays.
every time the guy's on the field, he continues to show who he is and what he is. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't know. Tell me I'm wrong.
I think Aaron Hester is going to be the most underrated player that we have. Aaron Hester is going to be a beast.
So I'm very interested in next year. Well, I'm interested next year. You got guys like Aaron Hester, Byron Turner, Dante Anderson. You've got a mix of young guys next year, and that's not even counting the like Keldrick Faults or Lamont.
What about Big
Juniors.
Country?
He's gone,
bruh.
No, I call this guy Big Country now. Brian Courtney.
I was about to say, who the hell are you talking about? He's a tight end. He made a catch tonight. He got a catch tonight.
Yeah, he got a catch tonight.
Yeah,
like I think he has that Iowa type of build at tight end. Like when you look at him,
one of them old school Iowa tight ends. I hear you.
Yeah, I was starting to get excited about the possibilities of him. Playing tight end.
You really look at the tight end. I know we kind of jumping all over the place, guys, but stay with us. You look at the tight end room, and you got Big Country, as you call him. We ain't seen Jabril Powers yet, but all offseason, the staff was very high on Jabril. Marcus and Douglas has continued to show me that he is better than I ever thought he would be. Marcus and Douglas was like 5 pounds away from being an offensive lineman. And he showed the work and he's put it in. If Tate Rodemaker doesn't overthrow a 5-yard screen pass, Marcus and Douglas goes for 30 yards on that screen pass late in the second half.
He overthrew a 5-yard screen pass from 5 yards away.
Don't get me started on Tate. I gave Tate his props after the Louisville game. Y'all know what I used to call Tate. I took it away after the Louisville game because he got us that win. But, man, you got to hit on that screen pass. But anyway.
You got to love the kid.
The tight end room might actually be a factor going forward. That's like kind of crazy. And we are not going to go that far. I don't care what nobody says. Chris Thompson can get the hell out of Tallahassee, but that's just my opinion. We talking tight ends, I guess. Future might be kind of bright there.
I know we kind of got away from the game. And I don't know if you discussed this before I got on. What does this all mean for Miami?
Fuck them. But
I mean, like for one, the one thing I really want to ask about.
What specific? Yeah, what's specific?
The one thing I want to ask.
What are you asking?
We
really?
saw Ja'Cory Brown tonight.
I talked about that, but go ahead. Ask your question.
Okay, I was just like shocked, and then the places that they put Jake in, I was like, "You serious? Like,
bingo.
What was the point?
Like, you're hitting the nail on the head. Like, first of all, you went with Ja'Cory Brown more than you went with Jake, and then when you put Jake in the game, you put him in 3rd and longs. You're setting him up for failure. I don't think Jake.
Hey, I think
Jake has a ton of talent. I think the entire quarterback situation has been completely mishandled by an $8 million coach. who's supposed to be the next Nick Saban. But Sporadics, I'll let you speak on it. See you shaking your head.
The biggest issue that Miami is facing is everybody keeps saying that they hired a dream team coaching staff. Maybe so outside of Josh Gaddis, but if you hired Josh Gaddis back 2007, 2008.
First of all, I don't even want to cut you off. I'm going to let you finish. Kevin Steele. Listen, I've said this a million times. Kevin Steele was the coach who gave up 70 points to West Virginia at Clemson. Kevin Steele is the reason Clemson said, man, we can't win with him. We got to go get Brent Venables. Because Clemson had the offense. They didn't have the defense under Kevin Steele, and they went and got Venables. And the rest is history with Clemson, right? I told Miami fans from the beginning Kevin Steele was over. There's a reason Kevin Steele has jumped from job to job. He's been at Clemson and Auburn and here. And Kevin Steele is trash. And you saw that tonight. Continue, Sporadics. I'm sorry.
Here's the funniest part. The rest of my sentence is outside of Josh Gaddis, maybe you did hire a dream team of coaches. Also, you have to eliminate who might even be worse of a hire is Steele.
Yeah.
You literally hire a guy that allowed 70 points to a West Virginia team, and you had Clemson's talent underneath you. You had some of I think the majority of them are in the NFL right now.
Yep.
And for you to for you to hire a Steele and a Gaddis, and for ESPN and everybody and their mama to go, you hired a dream coaching staff. It's just Miami hype as always. Every year Miami's back. Every year Miami's done this. Every year Miami is going 12-0. And every year Miami disappoints, and Miami's it. Now it's going to be called the crystal ball it. They crystal ball the hell out of shit. And excuse my language, but
no, you good.
I don't like Florida, y'all. Let's get this right. Florida, I can't stand them. But I think in the next 2 years, people are going to realize that Florida made the better hire as a head coach in Billy Napier than Miami did in a recruiter in Mario Cristobal. He can recruit, but can he keep them? Now that the transfer portal's here, Mario Cristobal is not as safe as people think.
What if you think Napier is here 2-3 years?
I do.
You think he's at Florida 2-3 years? Yeah, he lies? Okay.
Billy is a little bit different than Mario. And like Sporadic says, I hate Florida more actually than Miami, but I think you got to give Billy credit for the fact that look at the schedule they've played. They've played LSU, Tennessee, Georgia, Kentucky, Utah. I mean, that's 5 ranked teams right there. Like, I don't like to make excuses, but unlike Miami, who's played this cupcake of a schedule and they have a losing record right now, Florida's played a damn hell of a schedule, bro. And they have a winning record. I think Billy is a better coach.
Yep. Definitely excellent nose.
Say what you want to say. I think Billy's a better coach. Billy just had a damn tough first schedule of like.
Is Mike Norvell the best coach in the state of Florida right now?
He might be. Again, I don't want to get Billy.
Has he come that far?
I mean, I can rank him if you want me to, in my opinion.
Please rank him.
Yeah, please. I'm this.
Mike Norvell's number 1 right now. Who was number 1 before they had a little bit of a dip was Malzahn at UCF. And then it goes Billy Napier.
I've never been a big Malzahn guy personally.
Did they win?
Yeah, they won today. They beat Memphis today. It was a close game though. But I've never been a big Malzahn guy personally. Just because his offense requires a specific quarterback. If he doesn't have that specific quarterback,
that's very true. But so does Jimbo Fisher.
Well, Jimbo is that's a dumpster. Jimbo. I don't even want to go that far. I mean, we can go that far. Don't get me wrong. No love lost for Jimbo Fisher, but That's a dumpster fire over that A&M. Like,
I love watching it though. Is anybody else just happy to just
I'm trying to
watch
see.
it?
I'm trying to see how they justify keeping him. He has a worse
I
record.
want to know how these kids are gonna justify staying.
He has a
committed
worse
there.
record than Kevin Sublin with the same amount of games. But people said, and Jimbo complained about facilities. You got everything you could ever want at A&M, and this is the product you're putting on the field. You probably don't make a bowl game, Jimbo Fisher. In the fifth, what is this? His fifth year?
Fifth.
Right? Come on. In your fifth year, you should be competing for natties if you are that guy. Just saying.
He left like it was our fault.
Right. Like it was, right. So we talked about all of it, didn't we? What haven't we touched on?
How many players do y'all think Miami's going to lose in the transfer portal next year?
They're going to lose about. They
I
have
call 10 to 15.
No, I think it's more than that. I think it's about 20 to 25. I think they're going to mass rebuild. They have no choice.
Do they lose?
Mario 2 weeks ago, Mario said the team didn't. He has players that don't play with any heart. Like he said that. So when you make that statement, you're now your players are on notice. Mario has blamed everybody but himself. Go listen to his post-game interviews. He's blamed the media for setting unfair expectations, even though you're an $8 million coach, even though you had a Heisman contender quarterback, even though you were top 15 coming into the season, but somehow it's the media's fault for setting unreal expectations. But okay, whatever. You blame the players for not having heart. And now who's to blame? Who's to blame for 45-3? The players again, or is it Mario Cristobal? I don't know. Mario's going to lose Mario's going to lose 20 to 25 guys. I don't think that thing is a quick fix in Miami.
They can blame Trey Benson. That's what they can blame.
I love the fact that Trey Benson got payback against Mario Cristobal.
He went up and hugged him too.
I was hoping Micah Pittman got that payback. I wanted Micah Pittman to have a big game tonight.
Trey went up and hugged Mario.
Did Micah Pittman have a catch?
No.
He didn't have a catch, yeah.
Johnny Wilson only had one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it really, we ran the ball so well.
Like we completed 10 passes. If that,
no, Johnny had 2 for 22 yards.
Who?
Really?
Johnny Wilson.
Because I felt like that one that he had was 22 yards.
Yeah, but he caught that one good catch on the sideline.
I'll make sure. Let's see.
But
and then
but we didn't need to throw the ball that much. So
really
it makes sense if you really think about it.
10 for 12. Travis 10 for 12. That's crazy.
Johnny Wilson had 2 for 20, 2 for 22, 11 yards apiece.
10 for 12 for like 200.
Who was the lead receiver? Was it Wilson?
Ontario.
Toa Philly. 25 yards.
I called that.
You said Toa Philly wasn't.
I said he lead receiver.
You said he.
And I said he catch that wheel route.
Hey, I was going to show y'all something that I posted. See if
is he a receiver or running back?
He's a running back.
Okay.
Don't you forget.
Anyway, sporadic. So what were you saying?
What he posted?
I just wondered if y'all like it. So did y'all know that Miami didn't trademark, which I don't know why they would, but I would just so people can't use it. But Miami did not trademark the U upside down in orange and green. Their U specifically upside down. So I did. So now I use on everything about Miami.
What?
I trademarked the U upside down.
You trademarked it?
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
Yep. I go find the weirdest stuff so I can have it and then just use it as much as I want.
Didn't
South mine.
Didn't Texas trademark it so people could stop doing that?
Yeah, they did the
hook 'em horns going
That's
down.
why it's like a penalty now if you do it.
Yep.
Which is stupid. and in this game, Verse did the whole U with the and he broke it. And they threw a flag, but it wasn't on Verse. But I was like, damn it, Verse, you just got a flag for doing that. And I was scared that they threw a flag on Verse, but it was on like a hold or something else that they threw. Shout out.
I like that, the breaking of the U. I like that.
Oh, absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely. I love
the best thing that Duke's ever done.
Yeah, they kid did that. I kind of didn't want us to do it because Duke did it first. But hey, whatever.
Jared Verse was like a grown ass man doing it though.
I love it. I don't care if he copied the Duke play or not. I love it.
Copy away. I mean, look, anytime that we make Miami look like that, I mean, I can sleep the entire year better because of this one game.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you.
yeah.
I just Tyler says his Verse coming back. I think he's coming back. And I'll let Terrence speak on it. I'll let Sporadic. I'm gonna give you my point and I'll let them speak on it.
I think
The reason I say he's coming back is because when you dig in the actual tape, forget the NIL stuff. When you actually dig in the tape, he has stuff to work on. And Miami to me was stupid. They didn't chip block him tonight, which I thought was idiotic. Because if you actually watch Verse the past few weeks, he struggled with being chip blocked. He struggles with the double team. He still needs to use his hands. But there's things Verse can work on, and it's okay. He's a one-year player out of Albany. Like, how much do you really think he was getting developed at Albany, bro? He was the best athlete on the field. Like, nobody was like developing him. He was just the best athlete out there. So he has things to work on. Now, what worries me about Verse is that I know if he goes to the combine, he's going to murder it. He's going to put up stupid numbers at the combine. I know he is. But I think if teams dig into his tape, a lot of NFL scouts will nitpick on a lot of stuff. And he goes from being a top 25 guy to falling to the second round. Where I think is if he comes back another year, you can't deny him top 15. You can't deny. Finding out that he's 22 does worry me a little bit, though. I will be honest.
It's a grown man.
Yeah, finding out that he's 22 worries me a tad bit.
But
that
Kelvin was what, 25?
That he could be one and done. But let y'all talk on Verse.
For me, it's really quickly. I think he does not come back. It's just you can't ignore that bag. He came and he proved something, and he's a first or second round pick. And I think he's gonna go and show out at the combine and possibly get into that late first round. Just like when you see how many other elite pass rushers are we going to say are better than him right now in the draft? And every team is always looking for it. So you can't deny that. I think it's a possibility he just goes. Can he benefit from coming back? Hell yeah. Definitely he can benefit from coming back. I think if he comes back, he's top 10 pick, like you said. Like, he puts more on tape. And not to mention, he's playing some really big primetime games too. So people are going to be watching in that way. If he comes back, he's on a better team. Yeah. He's probably going. It's just a lot that comes with him coming back and running it back. So and that's the same story for quite a few guys on the team. That the guys that do come back, if they decide to come back, hey, we're a much better team. We running it back. A lot of people are going to be watching us. Yeah. You're throwing at least. If with the way that things are going, you're looking at next year's all ACC preseason team having at least 6 to 7 players from Florida State on that team.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
if we run it back.
I'm gonna let you go here in a minute, Sporadics. If you look at it, Jamie could come back. Fabian could come back. Tatum, Deloach, like, all of these guys still have eligibility. Like, if they decided to if they all decided to get together and like say, hey, let's run it back and see what we can do one more year.
And you know who needs to have that conversation with them?
That's a hell of a team you're fielding next year. You feel me?
Jordan got to have that conversation with them, man. Jordan Travis has to have that conversation.
That's a lot of money for some of those guys. Honestly, well, yeah, you make a good point. Honestly, the only person I think leaving money on the table is Verse.
Verse is the guy that will be leaving money on the table.
And that's actually, I don't even know if he's leaving money on the table because, again, I think he ups his stock. But all those other guys, if I'm being honest, and I like Jamie and I like all those other guys, but they're not top. They're not first round. I'm not sure they're I love Fabian. I don't think he's a second rounder.
If Scott stays,
when I look at the draft, I kind of disconnect myself from Florida State because I know how the NFL draft works. Scott, I think, is a fringe second rounder. But outside of that,
he's a day 2 pick.
Yeah. Outside of that, but Sporadics, go ahead, man. I don't want to take all the smoke. I'm curious to hear what you have to say on that.
So I personally think Jared Verse comes back for this reason and this reason only. Last year you saw if I'm not mistaken, in the first round, it was an 80% take on defensive players. This year, there's a lack of offensive linemen and depth for every team in the NFL.
So Scott's going, is what you're saying.
Robert Scott would be the one that leaves the most money on the table, in my opinion, if he
Yeah.
stays.
Good point.
Jared Verse has the most to gain if he stays, because the following year is going to be like this past year, where you saw defensive end was the first player taken. Then you saw someone in the nature like Jermaine Johnson was taken way later than he should have been, in my opinion, because look
He
what
was. He
Jets.
was.
But look how heavy it was in the first round for defensive ends that got took. So this year, you're going to see a flop. It's going to be tight ends, quarterbacks, and most of all, offensive linemen. So you're going to see a lot of offensive linemen taken in the first round of the draft. So it would push Jared Verse mid-second to early third round, and he would lose a lot of draft money in that way. So I think he stays and comes back for the following year.
I don't disagree. That's kind of what I've been saying, but I also understand if he was to go.
He's getting enough money in NIL-wise to be content at Florida State, though.
That's what I said. Again, that Nissan Titan isn't a mistake. It's not some random thing they did. I'm telling y'all think it's just like a random thing. And remember, the guy in the top left corner, he's the guy that's connected to the NIL stuff. I'm just a light-skinned dude on YouTube, don't know what I'm talking about. I just say things. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Honestly, everything I see is just from the outside perspective, and I just evaluate it from there. The guy at the top, that's the guy that's NIL connected. But I said it from the jump. That Titan wasn't like some random thing they did. Like, that was a calculated move. So, yeah, I'm 100% with you. Joe's got a question for you. Sprites, I need you to analyze skills for stocks and bonds.
We'll just say that I've had 3 offensive linemen, 5.
Oh, did Mario really say that? At least he's taking some accountability. If he apparently Tyler said he said that. At least taking some accountability. They have regressed on all sides of the ball. He's absolutely right. If he said that, they have regressed on all sides of the ball.
Hey, the only thing that I want to give, and I don't want to take nothing away from Mario saying what he said, but the only thing that I'll give the gentleman that asked the question is, one of the best defensive ends, 2 of the best offensive linemen in the NFL right now want me to be their agent, and I can't be. So that's what my abilities are.
Why are you on YouTube with me right now? You should be
on YouTube with this light-skinned dude that don't know shit.
You should be making bank. What are you doing?
Well, here's the great part. I'm still making a great living, just as much as if I was an agent, and I truly mean that. And I love this university more than what I can fill my pockets with. So I'm going to do as much as I can for I'm teaching NIL athletes, right, or Florida State athletes, how to actually. We've created a video for athletes that will make money off of this video for the rest of their life. And once they pass on, it goes to their children or their spouse or whatever it is. So it's creating the knowledge to these. Like, everybody thinks you go to college and you got it all figured out. Man, Mackenzie Milton, and I'm not talking bad about somebody, I'm just telling the truth. Mackenzie Milton didn't know the difference in a 1099 and a W-2. And we taught them the difference. They also didn't know the difference in a nonprofit and an LLC. We are showing every one of these athletes how to set up an LLC or set up a nonprofit. What's the benefits of both? Why not have both? You can have a nonprofit and then have your LLC that actually makes money. And we can show you a way that you can write off all of this on taxes to where you don't owe 10 and 12 grand to the IRS at the end of it, because we had a handful of players at the end of the 2021 season that owed the IRS 10 grand, and they didn't save none of that money. They had no idea. So we auto-generate their 1099 for each and every athlete at the end of the season. We hand them the 1099 that shows them what they made, what they're going to owe in taxes, and this is how much you're supposed to save. So that means more to me than what I can benefit myself with, because I feel like I'm benefiting the entire university and these young athletes that usually go, not usually, but a majority of them go broke in the NFL because they don't understand their business. their brand, their name is their business. And if they don't know how to control it, they end up bankrupt and having to get a regular job. Don't ever forget that Kurt Warner was found in a grocery store back in groceries when that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Hey, shout out to everything you're doing. There's a reason why me and you stay in contact with each other, right? So shout out to everything you're doing, bro. I'm gonna let you two carry the conversation for a few minutes. I gotta go take a piss. So I'll be right back.
And like you said, man, shout out to what you're doing. That's awesome here, and like just like that's obviously a big problem with a lot of athletes that are trying to make it to that next level was the financial literacy part of things, and that's what a lot of people were worried about when this NIL stuff came out. Like, what are these kids going to do with this money? What's this 18-year going to do with this money? How are they going to handle everything? How many kids are going to get caught up with the IRS? How many kids are going to get caught up with these people trying to take money away from them? And yeah, it's really good to hear, like, just that support level being put in place. And I hope that, obviously you're doing it here, and there's a love for Florida State University that's there for you, but you like to see it go across the board with a lot of these athletes in the NCAA. And I hope that somebody else is out there with that same love for whatever university they love, doing the same types of things, because it's a lot of money being put in these kids' lives.
Yep.
And none of it's behind closed doors anymore. So you can't hide it. It's got to be on taxes. You got to file those taxes. It's 18-year-old kids now who are making six figures and fresh out of high school, and some of their parents haven't even made that much money. And now they have to figure out how to deal with that. So their parents can't even really help them on how to deal with, like, wait, you have to pay taxes? Like, I remember the first time I had to pay something with taxes, I was like, wait, you want money back? You want more money from me? Hold on. And it's a crazy thing. And I was well into my 20s when that finally happened. So an 18-year-old kid, like, all they ever heard, especially in some of the neighborhoods that they grow up, oh, I get money back during tax season. That's why a 1099, I had no idea what it was until I started doing contract work. And they came to me with like, oh, yeah, you're going to be a 1099 employee. I was like, well, what is that? Oh, we're not going to take taxes out your check. Great. No, but you had to pay that in. I was like, wait, why don't you just take it out? So it's a lot of questions that I know those kids get, and it's good to hear that they have like that support system in place, man. Especially with what you're doing, and the Nissan Titans is rolling out and all that stuff. And kids just, and I'm a huge fan of these kids being supported or being able to make money off their likeness and who they are, because of how much they bring to the university, how much these students do for the universities that they attend. Their brand is what amplifies, because guess what? If something happens and their brand goes bad, it's held against them. So it's good to see them make some money off of it. But
that's my guy at the bottom, VJ.
VJ?
Yeah. But look, here's the most important part. Just like, so Spiritix is starting to become a decent brand. As far as media goes for Florida State, we signed the first TV deal as a media company for Florida State. Outside of being Seminoles.com, we signed the largest TV deal in Florida State history as far as Spiritix goes. We're on TV every Monday and every Thursday night at 7:30. It goes from 7:30 to 8:30, and it's cool because it's just like this. What we're doing right here would be televised, and we're just chopping up about what we care about the most in the Knowles, and it's doing really well. So everything, like the T-shirts that I've got out right now, we own Doak South, or we run Doak South. 20% of every purchase goes toward FSU athletes. So I tell people, they'll see the number. Hell, nowadays you can't get a decent T-shirt for less than $26. I mean, really decent. For $26 anyway. So I'm taking 20% of each individual sale, and I'm giving that to FSU athletes. And that's because I don't believe in making money off of their name. I believe that they should make the money off of it. So everything that you see that I put up for sale is going to the FSU athletes. And you can be assured of this. You can go back and look at videos where I had Derek McClendon, Justin Turrentine, I mean, numbers of athletes that I've had on our show, and every one of them come out and they're like, I cannot believe Florida State's not hiring you to do this. And I tell them, I'm like, they will eventually, once the statute changes, I'll be brought in on the staff and I will be taking care of it to that nature. But as of now, this is your best option to come to us for me to allow you to do things the right way and not get behind on taxes and stuff. So everything that I do is going to benefit the athletes at Florida State.
That's dope. That's really awesome. I don't even know where we go from there. Like,
what are your
again,
thoughts on Syracuse, though? I mean, like, if
yeah,
Schrader,
you ask me some questions. How about that?
yeah. So, like, if Schrader's out, you know, they still have. And forgive me for
they
his
lost
name.
the pit today without Schrader. There's a hard. It's a hard way for me to see us losing that game. If I'm being honest with you, without Schrader, I don't see us losing. Schrader brings that dynamic that I do think we struggle with, and that's that running quarterback. But without him, yeah, I don't see us losing. Again, without Schrader, the toughest game is Florida.
Yep,
we go into Florida 8-3. So
I agree.
No disrespect to Cuse. No disrespect to Cuse. I think we can beat them even with Schrader, but without Schrader, we might win big. Like we might do something similar that we did tonight. To be honest,
whoa!
No, I'm being dead serious. If they can't score the ball, then Syracuse can't stick with us. Very similar to Miami. Miami can't score, which is why they got beat 45-3. Without Schrader, they can't score.
I don't disagree with you. Did either one of y'all get to come to games at all?
Well, you know, I was in Hawaii. Now I'm in Texas.
Yeah, I live in Texas right now.
You know, unlike Terrence.
I'd like to be able to.
Well, Terrence's wife is a Florida State alumnus, so
yeah. That's why I'm marrying her.
Best reason to marry.
On top of other reasons.
I told her, I told her if she had went to UM, I don't know if it would have made it past the first couple of weeks. Like
that's unequally yoked. It can't happen.
But with me, you know, man, my schedule is hectic. I try to make game. I swear I'm gonna try to make a game next year. This year we were supposed to do the LSU game.
I'll take blame for that.
But sporadics, whenever you're dealing with Negroes, things happen.
Don't repeat what he says, man.
Won't come out of my mouth.
Whenever you're dealing with Negroes, things happen.
I take blame for that.
Next year,
my fiance's birthday was right there, so it was like
actually
tough.
Next year I have to make a game because in 2024 I might be doing 9 months in Korea. So, you know, everybody who's on this channel knows I am an active duty military. So,
yeah, we appreciate it.
I do this every week. Even with the crazy hectic schedule that I have. So
he does from the truck sometimes.
Yeah, bro, I've watched him.
Even like
dedication.
I was just in New York for the past week, and that wasn't a personal trip. That the Army sent me to New York. So,
and I think
I got you tickets is what I'm getting at. And don't let anybody tell you.
You got me tickets.
Yes, sir. Don't let anybody tell you the Champions Club is overrated because it's absolutely amazing.
You got me tickets for what game?
Whatever we're there.
Name it next year. Whatever game you want.
We're there. All right, I'm gonna hold you. All right.
Hold me to it. I got you.
You see the skin? See the skin color? I'm gonna hold you to it.
Hold me
to it. I bought a flight. Like let's just go.
Like, if you're telling me all I gotta do is buy a actually
flight, hotel car.
Now fuck a hotel. If it's in Florida, I ain't gotta worry about a hotel. I'll go home. Stay at mom. I'll stay at mom. So I'm thinking LSU because that's in Orlando.
Yep.
That's a 45-hour drive for me.
I got somewhere to stay in Orlando. That's different.
I can stay in Lakeland. That's a 45-hour drive for me.
Hey, y'all get
45 minutes, sir? Like
45 minutes. Did I say hour?
Yeah, you did.
45 minutes.
I was like, does he mean 45 hour? Like, what
45-minute drive. Sorry.
I don't think this is going to change anytime, especially for the LSU game next year. But if y'all need somewhere to stay, I got a house in Orlando.
I mean,
I'm gonna book my flight right now. Hold
That's
on.
dope, but no, I don't need nowhere to stay.
I'm booking my flight though. Like,
Do it.
Like I said,
Look,
I'm
it's
from
going to be.
I'm from Central Florida, so that's just a hop and a skip for me.
There's people that can contest. VJ Sierra's. Well, no, VJ didn't get to it, but Brandon. There's some other people that can contest to this.
Yeah, I'm a little tipsy.
When I bring you to the games, you actually get to go on the field. So I can't do that at Orlando, but at Doak, I get
at
you.
Doak, you can. Okay.
I get you on
so
the field.
As far as making it to Tallahassee, I might try to. You want to do Miami game? I could probably do the Miami game.
I could easily.
Easily
do that.
I could probably do the Miami game because our home schedule next year is really a cakewalk. We don't really have any big home games next year.
Miami's probably the biggest.
Miami's probably the biggest.
We should go undefeated at home next year.
Yeah, Miami's probably the biggest home game next year.
So,
and y'all should come to the tailgate. So the tailgate,
of course.
Let's get Jerg. Let's get to the Miami game.
Oh, I thought Jerg was for the hop on.
No, Jerg ain't hot. He don't want the smoke.
Oh no, if you saw the look on my face, it was so much.
But
joy.
let's get with Jerg and see if he want to do Miami, Florida State, and Doak next year.
I wouldn't if I was him.
The tailgate we had for the Clemson game, we had Snoop Menace, Peter Ward, James Coleman, which he's the co-host of my show.
If I get to meet Dub, that'll make my fucking life.
He's y'all. I'm telling you, he
is cool, man.
In the world. Coolest person in the world.
Like I was saying last night, I bumped into a few times in Atlanta.
Yeah, well, if I get to meet Dub, that's it. Y'all can't tell me nothing. I'm official.
I'm gonna tell y'all the worst thing that I've ever experienced in my life, and it's hard to say that's the worst thing in my life, but me and Pete were standing there talking at the tailgate. This 12-year-old kid comes up and says, "Can I get a picture?" I said, "Yeah, give me your phone." And I went to take the picture, and he told
12-year-old kid knew who Peter Warwick was?
No, he didn't. This is what.
You want a picture with you?
He wanted a picture with me. I felt terrible.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
You shouldn't feel about a 12-year-old kid shouldn't know who Peter Warwick is. I mean,
he should know.
I'm 34, so I know who Peter Warwick is. I would be shocked if a 12-year-old kid knew who Peter Warwick was.
Yeah, he didn't.
My kid's gonna know.
Oh yeah, my son gonna know who Peter Warwick was.
You getting history lessons.
Absolutely.
Well, y'all got any more questions for me? If not, y'all, I'm fixing to get out of here. And
I don't have nothing for you, Sporadics. I just appreciate you for coming on and hopping on, man. I don't know if Terrence have anything for you, but
I don't, man. Like I appreciate all you're doing, the work that you're doing, man. It's great work, and I look forward to eventually talking with you some more. Hopefully,
get my number from POLK.
Yeah,
and hit me up anytime.
Yeah,
all right, sounds good, man.
I'll shoot you his number.
Y'all have a good one and go Noles.
All right, bro.
All right,
appreciate you. All right, Terrence, it's me and you.
Yeah.
2 hours strong. I don't have nothing to do but drink and talk shit. I don't know if Vanessa, I don't know if she getting on you about the baby. I don't know what
baby
you got.
good right now. She good.
So
I don't hear no fussing, so she probably
I still got 122 people in here. So as far as I'm concerned.
Did you give out stickers?
I didn't get out stickers yet.
They're asking for the stickers.
And I didn't give out grades yet. So we can definitely move to that. Answer what? What do I need to answer? He says, "POLK, please answer." What am I answering?
The ending of the Bama LSU game.
I didn't watch it. I was watching
watching beautiful.
My game, and then as soon as our game ended, I got on here. So no, I didn't watch it.
It was beautiful.
I got it. Matter of fact, I asked y'all who won.
Yeah, it was beautiful watching that. They did a play action rollout. Nice little dump off to Mason Taylor.
I mean, I smoke cigars, but other than that, bro, I can't smoke.
He can't, sir.
I got kids to take care of, bro. I can't smoke.
He active military.
I can't.
I would like to. His job.
I would like to, but I cannot. I unfortunately cannot. Let's do the grades. Me and you. Let's do the grades.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're aware, because you don't usually do the post game shows. I think the only other post game show you did with me was LSU.
Yeah, I came off of the LSU.
Yeah. So I do position by position. So we're gonna start with quarterback.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm giving him a B.
Travis a B. Or are you giving Travis a B, or are you giving Travis? Because Tate did play in this game.
I would give it's a B for the position.
Right. So when I do
Travis gets a B plus.
What y'all think? I think Terrence is being hard. I think
I don't think so because
for what Jordan Travis was asked to do, they came into this game knowing they could run the ball, and that's exactly what we did.
yeah.
You said Travis a B plus. Actually, I think I agree with you.
That interception, I think it
So-
was a predetermined throw.
I think the interception. Honestly, I think Travis got greedy.
And it was a predetermined throw.
I think
and
he
didn't.
well, I don't think it was a predetermined throw. I think he was just feeling himself. Now you could be right and I could be wrong, or I could be right and you could be wrong. There's no way to really determine.
Yeah, we don't know for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Travis at that point was feeling himself. Miami didn't show no. At that point, Miami showed no resistance. So he said, "Hell, I'm gonna take a shot."
True.
And unfortunately, he took a shot in the double coverage. It really wasn't there. But even that interception, it served as a punt. I mean, it was the third down, and it was a third.
It was on the 2-yard line.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
a third and long anyway. Essentially, you got an interception on the 2-yard line. Whoop-de-doo. And you see what happened after that. But I agree with you. B plus for Jordan Travis. The interception.
And I see the A minus is in the chat, and I think it's not too far off on that. So
B plus A minus. I mean,
and as a position, it's a B overall. So
I'm gonna go B plus. Yeah, the man went 10 for 12 for 3 TDs.
You know what? You're right. It's an A minus.
He did have the one interception. I think
he ran the ball well too.
I think Tate does take the grade down though, because that screen pass,
it's terrible.
He hit that screen pass. He overthrew a 5-yard screen pass that could have went for 30 yards. I'm going B plus for the quarterbacks. Overall, damn good game. I think Tate drops it a little bit though. They didn't ask a lot out of Tate. But damn it, man, you got to hit the 5-yard screen pass. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
So running back,
A plus. I mean,
easily.
You can't criticize the running back room at all.
Weren't they responsible for over 300 yards?
Yeah. I mean, running back Trey Benson had his way. Philly did his thing. Did Earl Little really hit the portal?
You joking, man? Ain't nobody playing with y'all, man. Go on somewhere.
I'm finna check.
Unless
I see an official statement from Earl Little Jr., I don't believe that for 1 second.
I don't believe it. Hey, I called it out. Loveless.
Go ahead,
I called
Terrence.
out that screen.
Go ahead,
I called
Terrence.
out him overthrowing that screenplay as soon as it happened. I was like, you're 5 yards away, and you overthrow a screen pass by 5 yards. Like, how do you do that? Like, I don't know who. And he wasn't really pressured too hard. Like, there was people around him, as a screenplay would have it be. But, like, he overthrew it by 5 yards. Like, that's like some next level lack of touch type stuff. Like, but hey, like, it's a
Bruh, he didn't throw a lot, but damn it, you got to hit a 5-yard pass.
You got to
hit a 5-yard pass, bro.
He had a chance. Like,
you got to hit a 5-yard pass. I don't care,
was,
man. Call me a hard grader all you want. You got to hit a goddamn 5-yard pass. Anyway, we on to the running backs. But I agree. Running backs get an A, man. A plus. You can't knock anything about that running back room. They
everybody
dominated.
played awesome.
They dominated in every
22.
facet. I don't see anything official about Earl Little hitting the portal though. So
22 looked good too in his time out there.
I don't think that's true.
What's up, boy? Campbell? That's his name.
CJ Campbell. Yeah.
CJ Campbell. He looked real good out there too. Told Philly did what he has to do. He had over 100 plus 120 yards total. All-purpose yards. So
let's wide receivers. Let's move to wide receiver room.
You want to know what? They get a B plus, and I want to tell you why.
Go ahead.
They didn't do anything to me that was outstanding, and were like as far as catching the ball or routes, like they weren't like outstanding, and that was partially because of a game plan and us running the ball. But you saw them like I saw Johnny Wilson dominating these dudes on block. I saw Michael Pittman shoving people shit, like move out the way type blocking. So they stayed involved in the game in the best ways that they could.
I agree with you, bro.
And they
for a team that Jordan Travis only went 10 for 12. So the wide receiver room is kind of hard to grade. Pokey had his one big catch. Johnny had a catch that was pretty
a beautiful
good.
catch.
But for the amount that we ran the ball and the blocking, Peterson says B, but I'm more with you guys.
It's a B plus, man.
What did Mr. Orr say his name?
M-Roar.
Miss M-Roar. So M-Roar and Insane, I'm more on y'all's side. I'm with a B plus for the receivers because they blocked extremely well, and when their name was called, they caught the ball. Do we have any drops? I didn't see any drops.
That's an A minus. Tyler's right. They had no drops.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't see any drops. I'm with. Matter of fact, Tyler. A minus. I'm with you. And
it's more of just the lack of them not having the opportunities, but like they
tight ends.
Cam had a touchdown. I mean,
Brian Courtney had a catch.
Everybody was involved in the game.
Had a catch. Yeah, tight ends.
That's an A there.
A minus.
I give
tight
it an
ends
A.
gets a B. I mean, tight ends also blocked well. I'm giving tight ends an A. Solid A.
So, yep, that's an easy A. Offensive line.
O-line. Go ahead.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'll go first. A plus.
A plus.
A plus. We control and it's based a majority on the first half and us just completely dominating the line of scrimmage. We moved the ball at will. I don't feel like Jordan was really ever pressured too much. The running backs were sure they would get touched after 3 yards, but obviously the running backs.
I think the running back, for the most part, the running backs were able to get to like the 5-yard mark before somebody touched them.
Yeah, between 3 and 5 yards is when they getting touched, and even then they getting grabbed like by a loose arm.
Yeah.
So it's A plus for me. I think they probably outside of running back, they were the best unit on the field.
Easy A. I know Terrence giving an A plus. I'm gonna give him a solid A though.
What do you think? What did you see there was room for improvement?
I don't think an A is a room for improvement.
No, I'm just asking, like,
just an A. Like,
what do you think they would have had to done to get an A plus? Because they're responsible for 250 yards rushing. At least.
No, I'm with you. Let me.
3 sacks?
Right. So we gave up 3, so we don't quite get the A plus. So A for me. Tyler hit the nail on the head.
Man, one of them sacks I blame Travis.
One of those sacks was on Travis. You're absolutely right.
And
I'm not a mean grader, bro.
Didn't Tate get the other 2 sacks? Tate Rodemaker got the other 2 sacks.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but you could be right.
So, I mean,
there were certain plays where the running back was getting hit in the backfield. I think it's just an A. I don't know how A is being a hard grader. It's just an A.
I can see A being appropriate, but like I feel like with the final score, A plus is reasonable.
No,
like we did everything we were supposed to do.
I'm gonna go A. D ends. A from D ends for Verse, Peyton.
Verse, Peyton. Even McClendon did okay. Everybody was pretty solid. I feel like we saw a lot of the backups in at the end.
Tate don't count. We did see a lot of backups.
We saw a lot of backups, even going into the second quarter. Like you saw Peyton come in like at the end. I was surprised to see him on the field. But I'm giving the D ends an A.
I'm giving D ends an A as well. I think D ends get
like a couple strip sacks.
Oh, look who's the hard grader now. You're giving him a B plus, and I'm giving him an A.
What he said a B plus?
Now I'm the hard grader. What's up, Zay? D tackles. A plus.
A plus, really?
A plus. Fabo was the difference, bro.
Okay.
Without Fabo,
I can go with an A.
Ryan says B, and so that's the real hard grader.
For defensive tackle, you going B?
No, I'm going A. I don't know if Ryan.
No, I'm talking about Ryan.
I don't know if he's saying for. I don't know if he's saying B for
or...
ends. I don't know if he's saying ends or tackles for B. I think he's saying ends because that was kind of a early comment. D tackles A. I mean, with Fabo on the field, we were night and day difference. Like Fabo was a man amongst boys in the middle, and because of him, Cooper was able to get push and do the things that he needed to do. I mean, D tackles get an A. Straight up.
Okay. Linebackers. What you got?
So when we start talking about backers and these DBs, I'm gonna be honest with you. The grades are gonna be interesting because Miami's offense was so trash. Can you really give a valid grade to any of these positions? Miami didn't pose any threat.
You know what? I actually was a little bit.
We got 2 picks, so I got to give the DBs at least an A, right?
Yeah, and I'm sticking with a B for the linebackers.
For the backers, okay, fair.
I think I saw a couple plays where Deloach and even when Lundy was on the field.
I thought Bethune played a hell of a game.
Bethune played well, but Deloach didn't to me.
Okay. And I think Lundy is what he is at this point. There were plenty of he's a fullback. No, real talk, he's a fullback.
He's doing great at fullback, man.
And there's plenty of plays where the Lundy man, Lundy
need to call Freddie up.
Yeah, he's out of position. But because Miami's offense is so terrible, it didn't get exposed in this game. But Lundy, go watch. Lundy was out of position plenty of times.
Several times.
Yeah, plenty of times.
I was just like, yo.
So I'm with you there. Linebackers get a solid B. Nothing more, nothing less. Bethune played a damn good game. Deloach was solid, and Lundy was against a better offensive team. Lundy would have been exposed. DBs.
Yeah.
DBs,
I'm giving them an A, man.
I mean, Greedy got a pick. AZ got a pick. No wide receiver really got open. Yeah, I don't know how you can give him anything.
Even the catch that Restrepo had, that's the only catch I even remember.
Right. That's the only big catch they had. Right.
He had to pay for it.
Yeah.
There were 3 guys there.
Jaheim put him on his neck. Yeah.
Jacory made a great throw.
Yeah. DBs get an A. Special teams.
A+.
Special teams get an A+. Yeah, I'm with you.
The punter was
he was great, and the punt coverage was great. Fitz hit his field goal.
All of them. Give me all the extra points. He hit
one field goal. So he hit his field goal. He hit his field goal. He hit all his extra points. So shout out to Fitz.
Did he hit 2? I think he might have hit 2.
No, we scored 45.
You want to know what I was upset about? We punted from like 35-yard line on like 4th and like 5 or something. And I was like, either go for it or get a kid a shot to prove he can kick it from distance. Especially in that game.
Special teams get an A+.
They're A+ either way.
Yeah.
But like, how do you feel about that? In a game like that, do you think he should have been given that chance to kick that 40, like long 40?
What was the score at the time? I don't remember. So tell me.
We were like, I think it was 21-3, probably, or I think it happened twice. I think it happened in the third quarter. I don't know if anybody else can help me out with this, but I think we had 2 situations where it was like 4th and like 5 or 6.
If it's 21-3 and we didn't kick the field goal, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that.
We were on. It was
because at 21-3 that game's still manageable, right?
Okay, I hear you. I just
if it's 38-3 or whatever it is, then maybe you could have kicked the field goal or whatever. But
Tyler, did it not happen again in the second half? I felt like
I don't have a problem with any of that personally.
But I just saying he you say the kid fixed his he went and fixed his steps.
Right.
He was doing a 3-step.
You can't make a bad decision that gives him that momentum, especially if the score is what you say, and it was 21-3. You can't let him back in the game, right?
Okay.
21-3. That 21-3 is still a football game. You feel me?
I'm not gonna argue that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue that. No. It was inside the 40. We were inside the 40. Like we were inside the 40. So. I mean, but I can understand like not wanting to have momentum swing on a blocked field goal or anything like that. So, speaking of which, LSU went for that too because it was in the back of Brian Kelly's mind, that blocked field goal in week 1. It was obviously he said Not for to happen again.
That makes us look better. Brian Kelly makes us look better with that win. Bama's pretty much is this the first year Bama's added a college football playoff, y'all?
I think it might be.
Bama's out. With a loss to LSU and Tennessee, Bama's out.
Because they're going to pass those two teams up?
The Bama's out.
Wait, what is LSU's record? Did we give LSU the only loss?
No, they got 2 losses. They lost to Tennessee. LSU lost to Tennessee.
So they're a 2-loss team that'll be in the top
Bama's out. So this might be the first playoff we've seen since the playoff became a thing that Bama's not in it. That's actually kind of crazy when you think about it. You might get only one SEC team in the playoff this year. Georgia. Tennessee still has a chance, though.
Well, they won't be in
the
SEC
they was out in
championship
2019? Okay, that's my fault. I didn't know they were out in 2019.
Okay.
So, shout out to Lorenzo for correcting me. So, damn, the second time they've been out. That's still a crazy accomplishment, though. That's still a crazy accomplishment.
Question, how far? But this is what gets me. We're not ranked. Obviously, I feel like we'll probably be
We'll be ranked. I think we'll be ranked come Monday. I think we'll be ranked.
And so I don't think now, even more so, I don't remember if you remember the other night, I said we might be looking at a top 15 team at the end of the year.
If we win out, I don't see how we're not 9-3. I don't see how we're not. I don't see how we're not.
And if LSU continues to win, like that being one of our signature wins, we could be going into next year if we bring everybody back with some pretty high expectations. But
all right, Terry,
they won't be.
Let's hand out a sticker, but I want to know who you think deserves a sticker.
It's easy.
I'm gonna hand out more than one sticker. Just
he giving that more.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! I am gonna hand out more than one sticker.
I'll help you with the easy one.
Well, the easy one is okay. The easy one is Trey.
He was the best player on the field.
The easy one is Trey. So we're good. We'll get Trey out the way. The easy one is Trey. Trey was the best player on the field tonight. Wasn't close, bar none. Trey Benson, the best football player on the field. There, y'all see it. Here's the helmet. Y'all see, man, we got a decent amount of stickers on that helmet.
They're like 10 stickers, boy.
Bro, last year I only had like 4.
That's 9. Okay, that's 9.
Last year we only had like 4 stickers on that mug. So we got another tomahawk to throw on here.
To a Philly ball, but I don't know if it's sticker.
I don't know if totally Philly deserves a sticker.
And
I will put one more sticker. And I'm gonna do it for the fans because
they asking for it.
Adam Fuller gave up 3 points, y'all. Now I'm gonna give Adam Fuller this sticker, and I actually feel some type of way. But
you better than me.
I'm about to mute Terrence because he's saying what I'm thinking. But I'm trying to be nice because y'all donate and the fans have spoken, and y'all want Fuller to get that sticker. But I have a goddamn standard. And the standard was a goose egg, and that's what we should have pitched the shutout. That's what we should have did.
Fuck this.
That's what we should have did. But
they got that field goal early. They got that field goal in real early, boy.
The fans are asking for it. And when I say fans, let me be clear. When I say fans, I mean Florida State fans. I don't have fans. Y'all are supporters. I don't call y'all fans of me. Y'all are supporters of me. The fans of Florida State and the supporters of me, they believe Fuller gets a sticker. Yes, giving up only 3 points is an accomplishment, even in a rivalry game. But damn it, if that wasn't the worst offense you've seen all year.
That NC State offense looked better with old
Terrence, is that the best? Terrence, is that the worst offense you've seen all year? Does Miami have the worst offense in college football? I would argue that it's been 9 quarters. They haven't. I know I'm being loud, so turn your volume down in your speakers. It's been 9 quarters since Miami scored a touchdown, guys. This isn't necessarily an Adam Fuller thing.
Well, he did what he was supposed to do, did he not?
I'm gonna give him a sticker, but I just want to. I'm against the sticker, but I'm doing it for y'all. I'm gonna give him the sticker. Don't worry. I'm gonna give him the sticker. I promise you. But I'm against it. The man,
shit.
Miami couldn't score a touchdown against Virginia freaking Tech. Excuse me, Virginia, not Virginia Tech, Virginia. It's been 9 quarters since they scored a touchdown. They're the worst.
I'm gonna say this.
Bro.
Everybody's saying we're saying that Fuller didn't give up a touchdown. I want to be very clear. Miami left those points on the board. There were 2 times they were in the red zone. One time that terrible snap where Ja'Cory just wasn't paying attention.
Terrence making me not want to put a sticker on here, y'all.
But
because he's talking the truth. Go ahead, Terrence.
Y'all don't want to hear that shit, man.
No, I want you to keep on.
Like they literally were moving in the second half, and this is what I was talking about, where I felt like we didn't put our foot on their throats. Ja'Cory ran up and down the field on us. We took everybody out of the game, and I get it was the second team, but that's the standard that we should have at Florida State, that our second team should get it in and be able to deal with the third string quarterback of a team that has an inept offense and not have this motherfucker run for, he had at least 50 to 60 yards rushing, 50 yards rushing, right?
Terrence killing y'all chances right now.
No.
Terrence is killing y'all chances at a sticker.
Not to mention night gas just for a 50-yard.
Somebody in the comments better stick up for Adam Fuller because Terrence is killing y'all chances right now.
I'm just telling you, night gashes us from a 50-yard inside their own 5-yard line. That was Deloach looking like lost. And who else was that? Was that Gant or was it Shaheem? I think it was Gant. It was one of them. I'm just saying, bro. It was unforced turnovers. like I get it, but I mean, hey, we only gave up 3 points. That's what that does. It is what matters,
bro. I have a standard. I'm gonna give him this sticker, but this is the one sticker that I honestly don't want to give this sticker. Miami's offense is so terrible, guys. I don't believe Fuller deserves. I have a standard. Fuller get the sticker if he pitched the shutout, which he didn't do.
Get a coaching staff a sticker then.
But I'm going to get I'm not gonna cop out. Fuller's gonna get the sticker. Fuller's gonna get it because he didn't only give up 3 points. But damn it, Miami's offense was so terrible. Legitimately, Miami should have scored a touchdown in that drive in the second half, where Knighton was running all over us and Ja'Cory. They probably should have scored that drive. But offense is so terrible. I'm gonna give Fuller the sticker, but whatever. Terrence almost convinced me not to do it. But this sticker goes for Adam Fuller. As you see, I'm putting it on the helmet right there.
I let up just so you know.
There you go. I'm doing it. I'm gonna give him a sticker. You beat Miami 45-3. Got it. But
that's a defense thing right there.
I got it.
We didn't even have to throw the ball.
Bro,
we ran the ball, played
the
great
Miami
defense.
team was as advertised. That team was as advertised. They were as terrible as we thought.
Hey, I wasn't off when I said this either. Ja'Cory Brown had 64 yards rushing. Jalen Knighton had that 45-yarder.
At least me and you have the same standards. But no, I'm doing it for the people. I'm gonna do it for the people.
I did it for the rock.
For the people. Yeah, what'd you say, Terrence? What'd you say?
I did it for the people.
I did it for the Rock. If you guys are wrestling fans,
I did it for the people.
But
they are rebuilding team now.
Zay, don't do it, Zay. Don't do it, Zay. Shout out to Zay because he's the only Miami fan.
I feel so bad for Jake Garcia, man.
I feel bad for TVD personally. I feel bad for Garcia for the fact that Rikishi, yeah. You got that, Marcus. I feel bad for Jake because they put him in positions to fail. You only put him in the game on 3rd and longs.
And you know what? I think it might have been something.
Of course, Florida State knew they were going to throw the ball on 3rd and long.
So I feel like something happened on the sidelines that Ja'Cory ended up being the guy that kept coming in, because when Ja'Cory first came in, it was just for a play. It was for a design play. The first time he came in, when they were their backs, but then Van Dyke came
I
in.
think
I saw Garcia running around looking for his freaking helmet, bro.
I think Gaddis.
I saw Garcia looking for his helmet, bro.
I think Gaddis and Mario are stupid. But I'm gonna say this: I think they thought Garcia can't run. At least Ja'Cory gives us another dynamic. If he can break something, maybe we can get back in this game.
You had to have gone deep.
That's what I think they thought. That if Ja'Cory can break something, maybe we can catch him off guard. And Ja'Cory can, but ultimately, stupid fucking game plan for Miami. They did this $8 million coach Kane, and again, I'm talking to you, bro, because you're the only Hurricane fan in here. At least you're the only Hurricane fan.
We appreciate you coming.
I know some other Hurricanes are watching me, but you're the only one that's speaking up. Terrible game plan from an $8 million coach. Just terrible. Absolutely terrible. I should have stuck to my standard, but no, I'm doing it for the people. I'm doing it for the people.
For the Rocks people.
I'm doing it for the people. The crazy thing is, I think Garcia is talented, but you can't, bro. Imagine if let's switch it. Imagine if Florida State only put Tate Rodemaker in on 3rd and longs. You're setting him up for failure. I don't care how talented Garcia may be in the future, bro. On 3rd and longs, I can pin. The defense is pinning their ears back.
Gaddis knew exactly what he was about to do.
Bro, Gaddis is supposed to be this offensive guru, Broyles Award winner. It was stupid. It was absolutely dumb. Everything they did offensively was absolutely stupid. First and foremost, starting TVD. TVD should have never played a snap in this game, period. And then you go with Ja'Cory really as your second string guy. And then you say, well, no, Ja'Cory can't throw, so I'm going to put Garcia as the 3rd and long quarterback. Oh, well, whoop-de-doo. You're not going to trick a defensive coordinator by putting Garcia in. We know he can't run, so what is he going to do? Oh, I know he's going to throw a pick to Greedy Vance because that's the only thing he's in there to do. I mean, absolutely elementary play calling and management by the coaching staff. Zay, I don't know what you got to say, bro, but that was elementary, bro. Me and Terrence could have coached the offense better than what they did tonight. And I wholeheartedly believe that. Me and Terrence could have coached the offense better than what Mario Cristobal and Gaddis did tonight.
I get the idea of putting Ja'Cory in. If you look at Florida State and what happened with us this year, we obviously struggled against the NC State quarterback. I get better than that guy.
I get the idea of putting Ja'Cory in, but not when you're throwing Garcia in on 3rd downs.
That was just ridiculous.
What the fuck do you think that we're going to think when you throw Garcia? Like, you're either going to go with Ja'Cory or Garcia. You can't play Garcia, or excuse me, you can't play Ja'Cory for the first 2 downs of a series and then on 3rd and long say, oh, I'm going to go with Garcia. What the hell you think a defense is going to think? Garcia is no threat at running.
Hey, man, an 8-pound gator going to be big enough?
Should be.
Ain't nothing but like the 4-5 of us, right?
Yeah.
Us 4 and the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking for
what other gators they got though?
Well, they got some big ones.
Probably not too big. 8-pound. What's the next one up?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, maybe do the next one up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for something. I'm bring nice. I'm gonna make sure it's nice and marinated in the cooler. You want the one with the whole head, like not skin on it?
No, skin it. Because you finna skin it? I'm not skinning it.
No, I'm saying the skin on the head still on it.
So here's my question. Do you eat anything on the head? Some people weird and they eat brains and eyeballs, and me, no. I'm eating just the meat.
What y'all? I don't eat brains and eyeballs. I don't do.
So we can do one without the head, as far as I'm concerned. Unless you want to take pictures of the shit and.
I think it'd be kind of cool.
Then the head, yeah, I'm about to say then the head couldn't.
Had the
We're gonna
head
take
on
pictures.
there.
It is the Gator game. So get the head. Buddy.
Yeah. I think that's something.
Get the head.
I think that's what I'm gonna do because it's not too expensive. They looking good. Like the way some of these people cooking these, bro. Oh yeah, this gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Gaddis told him this is the worst players he's coached.
He said that?
That's bullshit. You tell me this man coached way better players at Michigan? That's not true.
He a fucking lie.
That's not true.
He a fucking lie. You're not.
That's not true.
Not gonna do these kids like that, bro.
That's not true.
Hey, bro, all these kids gonna hit the portal. Fuck it. I was wrong. You were
true,
right,
bro.
25 to 30 of these motherfuckers hitting the portal, bro. If I'm 0, I'm hitting the portal.
Hit the like button if you haven't already.
You want me to tell you the truth? A guy like 0, if he's at Alabama,
yeah, he'd be used to his maximum talent.
He's a first rounder. Like he might even still be just because of how much talent he has. He goes to Alabama. He's putting up numbers.
James need to come to Florida State. I know it's not going to happen.
It's
not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Gosh.
But
let's make some phone calls. But yeah, everybody hit that like button, man.
My friend raises some great pork in my area. Well, my wife don't.
Where you at, Pope?
Todd lives in the Midwest, like Iowa or something like that.
Well, I did that. I did that pig, but I'm trying to think of other things to do. Like
Gator's good because we eat gator. My wife don't eat no pig though.
Yeah, the gator's definitely gonna be good. I want to get in some exotic birds. Like what I really want to do is I want to get a ostrich egg, bro.
But what the fuck are you gonna do with an ostrich?
Hey, bro.
Ostrich egg is like bigger than my computer right here. Like, what are you gonna do with an ostrich egg, bro?
That shit's gonna be the fucking. I bet you if you try something, you should like, goddamn, Terrence.
I'm not saying I wouldn't try it. I definitely try it. What are you gonna do with it though?
I'm gonna cook that motherfucker. What you mean? Like, I'm gonna cook it.
It's a hell of an egg, bro.
Same thing we finna do with a gator. Everybody, you finna cook a gator? Yeah, I am. Yeah, but goddamn gator.
That's meat. Ostrich egg. It's
meat.
It's an egg. It's an egg. Y'all gonna fix James Williams tackling?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He been used wrong.
There's a lot of things with James that I have a problem with. His tackling is one. He still plays like he's in high school. But I don't know. I think James is just being used I don't know if he's being coached up the right way, but I could be wrong. And it could be just that James is hard-headed.
Hey, when that Florida game again?
It's the day after Thanksgiving. So it's the Friday. Instead of Saturday like it usually is, it's Friday.
So the 25th?
Yeah, whenever Thanksgiving, that Thursday that Thanksgiving is the next day.
Okay, I might just have it. Well, no, I'm gonna have it shipped to my place.
I don't want an ostrich. I don't want that much scrambled eggs. Damn.
Nah, with an ostrich egg, we get in some stuff. This football channel.
Ostrich eggs make gamey scrambled eggs not great. So what are you going to use the ostrich?
I'm not doing it. So what you do is you usually probably
can't say ostrich eggs are nasty.
You boil it. It's almost like you boil an egg, but you do it like a light, like it's a half boiled egg. Like it's not cooked all the way through, so it's still yolky. And
then what do you do with it?
You just season it well. I mean, you add stuff into it. You add whatever you want to.
Bro, I'm not finna eat it.
Look, I ain't bringing the ostrich eggs to your house, bro. Like, just relax.
I'm just saying.
I do it on my own time. Goddamn.
Mario always mentions mental toughness. We don't have it. Game was over after that pass interference. Well, whose fault is that?
That's your coach's fault.
I don't know, bro. Like, Zay, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like if this was any other coach, we'd be beating his head in. Like, I know for a fact, if this was Mike Norvell, oh my God, the conversation would be get him out of here, X, Y, and Z. But we giving Mario a pass because it's year one, but he's an $8 million coach. He took over He took over a top 15 talented team.
A Heisman Trophy winning
Hi,
quarterback. He was supposed to win a Heisman.
But y'all making excuses for a guy that don't deserve him. But that's just me. Florida showed me something today. No, I've been saying all along that Florida is the toughest game we have left. Are y'all going to do a live in-game podcast for the Gator game? So I don't go live during games. But that's something we can debate when Terrence comes over here. If you want to do, we can go.
Because I got, and we've been talking about this.
That Jackson State game makes me not do. I don't do live during the games, bro. That Jackson State game. But with you being here,
shut that shit up, huh? Oh man.
I don't know. I really think I want to stay during the game. I think we'll be too lit.
Yeah.
So after the game, obviously after the game, I'm on here. During the game, I just.
Yeah, we gonna go with like a
12-pounder, bro. Is that shit endangered?
What?
I think you're talking about an ostrich. Is Florida a win? I think Florida's right now. I would dare say Florida's a 60-40 game. I think we might have a better team.
I think we might be favored.
Right, but Florida's talented, bro.
Oh man, the tail on this motherfucker look good.
Thank you for the victory shot. I hope Terrence can do a victory shot next game.
Bro, this just killed his whole. What you want me to do?
That man just drank a whole bottle of Hennessy Pure White, Todd.
I got you. Though.
Todd, I don't know if you ever had Hennessy Pure White, but I feel sorry for Vanessa tonight. Gators aren't as bad as we thought they were a couple weeks. Yeah, no, I agree.
They good.
Jimbo squad is absolutely trash. Turnt Tally is not allowed to make another video. Been up. When's the last time Turnt made a video? To be honest with you, bro. Anyway, next comment. Remember the score at half last year? Same team, different staff. All I know is Manny went out like he did tonight. That's all I'm gonna say. Florida game will be a tough game. Miami players mentally weak. We going to put a foot in UF ass.
All right.
Man, that game made Polk retire. Bro, I'm trying to tell you. That Jacksonville State game, I ain't doing no more lives, bro, during games. No, sir.
Hey, I don't know. Do you use that quote in here still?
Yeah. Oh, I still got the video. Right here. Shut that up. I want to hear that shit. I don't, bro.
Y'all gotta understand, because did Stead pull that?
Stead's the GOAT. He made a meme out of it, and I've been using it ever since, bro.
Yo,
shut that up.
Man, I think I was out. I didn't even worry about that game, bro. I was out enjoying myself,
bro. It wasn't that. That's why I chose that game. That was my first and only game where I ever went live during a game, because I said,
"So it's your fucking fault."
Jacksonville State.
It's your fault.
Maybe it is.
It's your fault.
Maybe it's not Mike's fault. It's my fault.
Remember what T-Mac said? It's my fault. It's my fault we lost the game. It's my fault that we've turned over the ball. It's my fault that they got a third row.
I'm glad to see another Miami fan in the building. He says, "Polk, you guys won." No, we didn't win. First of all, Norris, if you're gonna come in here, come correct. We didn't just win. As a matter of fact, let me show you what see that, Norris? 45-3. We didn't just win. We bent you over. No Vaseline. Pause.
Took it.
Bent you over. No Vaseline. Pause. Y'all know who Fleece Johnson is? Yeah, that's what we did. I'm a warrior. I like you, and I want you. We could do this the easy way.
We did it the hard way.
You chose the hard way. I'm a warrior.
Oh, man.
If we go into that game healthy, I like our chances. We're favored by 2-1 in the Florida game. a year won't clean up the loser mentality, but y'all keep making excuses about loser mentality.
Y'all had a loser mentality?
Bro, it's this thing that they got in their head that they got a loser mentality. Thanks,
What?
Bradley. Thanks you for popping in tonight. What time? Yeah, it is getting late. Shoot, it's
Yeah.
almost 1 a.m. I just realized that.
It's 2 a.m. It's almost 2 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if you're on Eastern time, yeah, you 2 a.m. in the
It
morning.
was a late game. But yeah, it was great to watch us dominate.
Exactly.
fully.
Booty's more important than cane booty. Cane booty is more important than water.
Water. It's like
It's
breathing.
more important than breathing. Pause.
Yo.
Man, but it is late, so I'm gonna let you go, bro, and I'm gonna get off of here.
Yeah, man. It's a pleasure as always. Good to have that win. Good to chop it up with y'all. Great conversations. Got a lot of information shared between everybody.
Shout out to Sporadics for coming on.
Yeah,
He was
definitely.
definitely insightful. Sporadics is doing good work. Him, Big Game James, they doing good work over there. I think Norvell Central's a part of that too. They're doing good work.
Definitely. I'll be bringing those bottles of vodka down there.
Let me get
I'll bring
one of
one or
those.
two.
I just need
with me.
one. How many did you order?
I ordered all 5 that was in stock.
Well, shit, let me get 2. If you get 5 of them, you get 3. I get 2.
It was a good price. I was like, that's not bad.
I'll
I
pay
drink
you for
vodka, you know. But yeah, should
Somebody
be.
said time goes back. I don't think Texas.
It does. It does.
No,
Texas does it. It's Arizona that doesn't. Well, Arizona does.
No,
too.
I heard Texas isn't doing
Nah, bro, we do.
No, I heard Texas isn't doing
Bro,
daylight
my
saving
job told
times.
me.
Okay, I could be wrong. So that means time should have already went back an hour.
No, it goes back in an hour.
In an hour, okay.
In an hour, it'll basically stay.
So in an
that
hour,
same time, yeah.
it'll still be what 1 o'clock, I guess.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Bet. But all right, y'all, man. T, go ahead.
Only gonna be one champion. It won't be. Whatever. State champions, bitch.
Yeah, I'm about to say state champs. Again,
State
Kane Day,
champs.
I like you and I want you.
We saw what we wanted and took it.
Go ahead and say your closing things, Tam.
Hey man, like I said, it's been great as always. Real simple, man. No nation, no worries. We back to it. Let's get to where we should be. Y'all take it easy.
All right, bro. And with that said, shout out to everybody, man. Hit a like button on the way out. If you did not hit the like button on the way in, 45-3. Miami fans, y'all really shouldn't even come in here. Shout out to the Miami fans that did show up tonight. Got to give a shout out to John Shields. He actually did show up. Kane Zay showed up. And Lenora showed up here at the end. But as always, it's your boy POLK over here on 863 Seminole TV. I would normally say, I say stay classy, but no. Be belligerent, Seminoles. Tonight, you're allowed to be belligerent. Degenerate. Menaces to society. Talk your shit, Seminoles. And we got you. Go Noles. And I'll see y'all next week as we get ready for Syracuse. Have a good rest of your weekend. We at you.